Yes, the big show is in town. It is the 1st of 3 at Camden Yards tonight. The Orioles against the Shohei Ohtani-led Angels. We get underway at Camden Yards. It's a beautiful night. Scott Garceau here with you. Yeah, the streak is still there. Orioles trying to snap that streak, and they'll have a new look tonight. Several roster moves made over the last day or two, and here's the action here. Jahmai Jones, he will be at second base and start tonight in his Oriole debut. He's recalled from Norfolk. Connor Green, right-hand pitcher, was here with the Orioles for a short period. Had a cup of coffee with the Dodgers. He's claimed, and he is back. He'll be optioned to Norfolk. Richie Martin, Brandon Hyde saying he needs to play every day. They want to get him down to Norfolk. Certainly haven't given up on him, but let him play every day in AAA. Michael Franco just didn't work out. He's been designated for assignment, and Kelvin Gutierrez, who was here for a short time earlier this year, also came over in a trade with Kansas City. He's back. This losing streak's long enough. Look what we brought back here to end this thing. The big guy. You're going to do it?
I have had enough of watching on TV. It's time to win a ball game.
Yeah. How about the new look? Some opportunities for some young guys, especially on the infield.
Yeah, I think so. And you know, this is what, Franco, I mean, I think everybody thought he was a rental, so not a big surprise there. And there's Gutierrez over at third base and Jones at second and getting some reps. And you got a new middle infield, Jones comes over and you got Mateo at shortstop. So they're taking some double plays before the game, kind of getting used to the rhythm and everything that's going out there. And there's the three newbies, if you will. But it's a lot of athleticism again in the infield. And again, a lot of guys getting opportunities and some guys, going to show up in the big leagues. And you talk about Gutierrez kind of up and down and making his second stint. And it's good to see Jones come up and get an opportunity. And, limited action with the Angels last year. He was 3 for 7 at the plate. And so he brings a lot to the table, and he's going to get an opportunity. And the numbers weren't great in AAA, but he did have 10 home runs. A third of his hits were extra base hits, and he can run a little bit and steal some bases as well.
All right, you're our stopper. I'm counting on you tonight. Let's get rid of this thing. When we come back, lineups and first pitch to Shohei Ohtani.
Miguel bate, bate, Miguel bate,
Soy Miggy, el sacero que da la pelea, demostrando que los peloteros se la crean, representando la vieja escuela, aparte de jugar, escribimos candela, lanza tu mejor rima, que de los tigres la batea, el que no se acuesta cuando rumbea, nacido y criado en Venezuela, vengo de barrio humilde llamado La Pedrera, aquí hay más talento.
Mr. Smoke.
You, go ahead.
Since signing with MLB Network, you've been very busy. You've done pitching demos, game analysis, and color commentary for live games. How are you able to juggle so many roles as an analyst?
It just comes naturally, I guess.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions, only on MLB Network.
That's why he's a Hall of Famer.
Orioles Baseball on MASN is brought to you by PNC, helping to make banking easier. Let's take a look at Joe Madden's Angels lineup. Shohei Ohtani, top of the order with his 40 home runs. David Fletcher, who leads the American League in hits, he bats second. Phil Gosselin third. Jared Walsh is at first base. He's the cleanup hitter. Former Oriole Jose Iglesias at shortstop. Max Stassi is the catcher. Brandon Marsh in center field. Joe Adell in left. and Juan Lagares is in right field for the Angels.
And they'll take their swings off the 28-year-old Spenser Watkins, making his 9th start of the year. His first 3 starts, everybody knows, was outstanding, and that's what he's trying to get back to. The last 5 starts have not been nearly as good, but it's all about the first inning for him, the first time through the lineup. Can he navigate through the first time in the lineup? If he can do that, he can go for a while, no doubt about it. And this is StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. You see how Watkins likes to use his stuff. The 4-seam fastball 48% of the time. The cut fastball has kind of been the difference maker for him this year. Curveball and a changeup as well.
And he'll get to face Shohei Ohtani, right?
Yeah, be ready to go from the beginning and be sharp from the beginning.
We were talking before the game, you know, most unique player in baseball since Babe Ruth. I mean, that's pretty good company to be in. Orioles pulled around to the right side against Ohtani, swings and misses. He'll do that. I mean, he's struck out over 150 times this season, but boy, be careful.
Just a good fastball. See, the hand kind of slips off the bat by Ohtani. That's what you're going to see from Watkins. Fastball be up to 93. There's the curveball. Yeah, we'll talk more and more about Ohtani, but there's the numbers on the year. Leads all of baseball in home runs and extra base hits.
He's already set a record for most home runs by a left-hand hitter, past Reggie Jackson's 39. That was the Angel record. There's a strike, 1 and 2. Ohtani, player of the month for June and July. August isn't complete yet.
Yeah, that's the first. He's the first Angel to ever do that, win player of the month in back-to-back months.
He'll be on the mound tomorrow for the Angels. This is 2 and 2. Well, after several bad starts, I'm sure it'd be nice for Watkins to have a rather smooth first inning, right? Get some confidence, get back in the dugout. Pop back out of play.
Yeah, I always felt like the first innings were the toughest ones, but also the ones that really got you going. Because if you could find a way to get through that first inning and throw a 0 up, it seemed like everything would kind of fall into place after that. And Watkins knows he's had some struggles as of late. And his last time out, it was against the Rays. Back on the 18th of August, he went 4 innings, gave up 8 hits, 4 runs, struck out 2, walked 2.
Another foul ball out of play.
So he's showing Ohtani a little bit of everything. Fastballs, cutters. Saw the one breaking ball that came inside with a really good fastball, 94 miles an hour on the inner third.
And Ohtani kind of reverse splits compared to most pitchers, where he has issues first time through the lineup so far, has been much better second time through. Ready with the 2-2 pitch. And he got him. Down on strikes. Ohtani out number 1.
There you go. Fastball inside at 94. You speed the bat up, then a little cut fastball just on the outside corner. So a little back door. Look where Severino set up on the outside part. Now I'm telling you, you can't do it any better than that one. Really good start for Watkins.
And now you go from Ohtani to the guy that leads the major leagues with 145 hits. Hit a 26-game hit streak earlier this year. That's the second longest in history for the Angels. High pop-up. Severino gives way, and the grab made by Arias for out number 2.
And here's the Oriole defense behind Watkins. Austin Hayes out in left. Cedric Mullins roaming in center. Anthony Santander in right field. Mateo and Jones up the middle. Arias, who just made the play over at third base. Ryan Mountcastle gets the start at first base, and Pedro Severino behind home plate for the Orioles.
Here's Phil Gosselin, 277 on the year, 5 homers for him, 32 driven in. Takes inside ball 1. Gosselin in his 9th season in the bigs, first year with the Angels. Career high in homers and RBIs. Has been pretty much a part-time player throughout his career. That's hit hard right down to Arias. A 1-hopper over to first, and it is a nice smooth 1-2-3 inning for Spenser Watkins. Orioles come to the plate. No score at Camden Yards.
My new money goal?
My new money goal?
We've got money goals.
Buy a place closer to my family down south.
Invest in Black-owned companies.
Invest in green companies.
Invest for my daughter's future and my retirement at the same time.
Have a better credit card
than her.
Whatever your money goals, NerdWallet knows the smartest ways to make them happen. Compare and find the smartest credit cards, mortgages, and investing accounts on NerdWallet. For all your money questions, turn to the nerds.
When we started our company, we simply wanted better sheets. But along the way, we realized that softer, safer, organic cotton does so much more for the planet and for humanity. It helps your home become a force for good, because home is more than just an address. Home is our soul. Boll & Branch, organic sheets, bath, and home. Right now, try for 30 nights risk-free and get free shipping at bollandbranch.com.
Here come the Orioles, bottom half of the first inning. Let's take a look at Brandon Hyde's lineup. Cedric at the top of the lineup as usual, followed by Mountcastle and Mancini. Santander hits cleanup. Then it's Hayes, who's in left field. Third baseman, Severino behind the plate. Jahmai Jones making his Orioles debuts at second base, and Jorge Mateo is the shortstop.
And they will face former Oriole Dylan Bundy. You see the numbers on the year, making his 19th start, 23rd appearance. Numbers a little bit elevated for him, and it's been a little bit of mechanical issues for Bundy this year, who had an outstanding last year when he went 6-3 with a 3.3 ERA. They seem to think they have fixed a lot of his mechanical issues.
Mullins shows bunt, takes a strike. Dylan Bundy made his major league debut for the Orioles in September of 2012 at 19 years old.
Yeah, former 4th overall pick, 2011, out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Well, Ben, you know what that's like, right? He was the guy when he got drafted. He was one of the hottest pitching prospects in baseball
ever. Yeah. When you talk about high school pitchers, I mean, I've read plenty of articles on Bundy, and there was nobody thought more of out of high school now than Dylan Bundy. And when you make it to the big leagues at 19 years old, it says something, you know. But then the injuries, that happens to a lot of guys, you know. Tommy John and shoulder issues, and you know, it set him back. And you know, he doesn't have the velocity that he used to have. You know, he used to be, you know, he'd pitch at 95 miles an hour. Well, the average velocity now about 91. But it's a good curveball, it's a good slider, and a changeup, and a lot of experience.
Cedric just spoils that one off.
It is how Dylan Bundy likes to use his stuff. You can see the four-seam fastball 37% of the time. There's a slider. He will sink it too. Two-seam fastball 21% of the time. Changeup and a curveball about 6%.
And he got him on strikes. Down goes Mullins for out number 1.
Yeah, this is just a four-seam fastball. It's only at 89 miles an hour. Now, you talk about spin rate. Now, Dylan Bundy can spin it, and the spin rate is better than most. And so what that means is the ball just kind of stays on plane a little bit longer. And even though it's not a high-velocity fastball, it's deceiving to the hitters. It stays on plane, and Mullins just under that one.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle, 21 homers, 65 driven in. Batting average at .262. Takes strike 1.
Dylan Bundy's best year with the Orioles was back in 2017. He went 13-9 that year with a 4.2 ERA.
Ball and a strike. Bundy delivers. Popped up. Stassi back, looking, and he runs out of room. Just out of his reach.
Well, here is the Angel defense behind Dylan Bundy. Joe Adele out in left field. Brandon Marsh gets to start in center. Juan Lagares in right field. Jose Iglesias and David Fletcher up the middle. Phil Gosselin at third, Jared Walsh, former 39th round pick, over at first base, and Max Stassi behind home plate for the Angels.
Ball and 2 strikes, first inning, first of 3 games here at Camden Yards. Angels and the Orioles. Breaking ball. That's yanked foul, hit hard down the left field line.
And the Angels come in at 62 and 64 overall, 4th in the AL West, and 9 games out of that last wild card spot.
1-2 is wide. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, it's a reach for them to get there, but they're not going to fold their tent.
No. You know, nobody thought. I mean, injuries have been a big part of it. You know, Mike Trout's been out a lot longer than what they thought. He's been out 3 months now with the calf strain.
I mean, they might have the 2 best players in the game with Trout and Ohtani, but you got to have them on the field. And the Angels forever have had issues with the pitching, right? That's been their
offense has never really been an issue, and that offense has hung in there good this year without Trout. You know, and if you get Rendon healthy and Trout going, it's a big difference on your offense. But yet the offense is still 5th best batting average in the American League, 7th most runs scored. It always seems to be about the pitching. Now, the good news for the Angels is their pitching staff and their starters have been much better since the All-Star break. Matter of fact, they lead the American League in innings pitched to their starters since the All-Star break, so they have given them some depth.
That's hit well deep into the left field corner. That is gone. Ryan Mountcastle jumps on the Dylan Bundy pitch. The Orioles lead it 1-0. Mountcastle, number 22. He hammered it, Ben.
Well, that's how you get the party started. Ryan Mountcastle was all over those breaking balls, a little bit out in front of the first couple that he saw. His 22nd home run of the year, 390 feet off the bat, and this is what makes Mountcastle so special. There's the grip, there's the spin of that breaking ball, but watch him just go down. Just kind of sinks into his legs right here, a little bit out in front, but boy, he keeps those hands back and just goes down and touches this baseball right on the sweet spot of the bat. And that quickly, the Orioles up 1-0.
Trey Mancini takes strike 1. It is fun to watch Ryan Mountcastle grow. He's always been able to hit home runs, but just to watch him mature as a hitter, selection, what he's pitches that he was swinging at earlier in the year, he's taking.
You're right. It's been fun to watch. I mean, it's not been totally fun for him all the time, you know. But I mean, don't forget last year in a sample size, he hit 333. Well, pitchers made some adjustments to him, and this year the beginning was a little bit of a struggle, but then he got going and put up a really good month. But then pitchers adjusted back to him again. He had some struggles, and now recently he's gotten it going again. And so that's what it's all about. And he's gotten some valuable experience. And he's been able to make adjustments, and that's what the game of baseball is about. Whether you're a pitcher or a hitter, can you adjust when you're being adjusted to?
Foul down the line. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Trey Mancini. So Mullins with 22 homers now. Mountcastle with 21. And Trey with 20. Pretty good battle for the team lead. Number 22. That was number 22 for Ryan. So he ties Mullins. They're both at 22. Trey had a good series against the Braves, swinging the bat a lot better, but he always seems to hit better here at Camden Yards. That's inside. Ball 4. Mancini on with 1 down here in the first.
Yeah, Mancini had a nice series against the Braves, 5 for 11.
So pass the baton, and here comes Anthony Santander. Takes a ball. Anthony hitting .276 with 6 homers in 24 games since the All-Star break. Prior to that, a little tougher going for him.
Yeah, it just took him a while, it feels like, to get over that ankle injury, and he just wasn't quite the same. His movement in the outfield, and you could tell at the plate it affected him a little bit too, but the bat speed seems to be back, and he had a nice series as well against the Braves. A couple of home runs, 2-homer game, went 3 for 8 in the series, drove in a couple.
22 pitches already for Bundy. Stassi out for a visit.
Well, and if you watch Bundy over the years, here at Camden Yards, he's a fly ball pitcher. That's what he does. He gives up a lot of home runs. Now, he's tried to change what he's done, so he's going to more of a 2-seam fastball from time to time. He's trying to keep it down in a ballpark like Camden Yards. You got to be able to sink it to try to keep it down, but you also want to take that good 4-seamer that he has from time to time and ride it up in the zone. I think that's the perfect place.
Quite a few breaking balls so far.
Yeah,
right?
and he's going to rely heavily. His slider is his best swing and miss pitch. I mean, if you look at all the pitches, opponent's batting average against the slider only .226, and swing and miss 37% of the time. Those are 2 really good numbers.
2 balls, no strikes to Santander. Mancini at first, and it's 3-0. So this one has all the makings. I mean, one pitch you could hit into a double play, but this kind of has the makings of a 30-pitch inning. This will be his 24th pitch.
Yeah, don't be surprised if Santander did have the green light right here.
And he takes a strike. 3-1. 88 on that fastball.
Yeah, we're not seeing the velo. I mean, the average fastball for Bundy this year has been 91. We've not seen a 90 yet. Everything's pretty much been 87 to 89.
High chopper to second. Only play is to first base. Santander out. Mancini advances to second, 2 down. Gets Austin Hayes to the plate. Austin's hit safely in 15 to 20 games in August, had a 10-game hit streak. Mancini takes his lead at second. Pitch misses for ball 1. Infield shifted around to the pull side. Outfield fairly straight up for Hayes. There's a breaking ball in for a strike. A ball and a strike. So 88, 89 on the fastball, 72 on the breaking ball.
Yeah, I mean, we hadn't seen many sliders yet. Hadn't seen a changeup yet. This is where the Orioles have to get better. I mean, we're 18-game losing streak, but runners in scoring position has been the biggest issue from an offensive standpoint for the Orioles. And all you got to do is go back and look at the last 4 series. And in the last 4 series, the Orioles are 8 for 86 with runners in scoring position. That's below 100, and that's kind of been the difference. They've hit some home runs in the month of August. They've
hit 4 the other day.
Yeah, they've hit their share of home runs, but unfortunately, every home run they've hit has been solo shots, with the exception of 2. So that's just not getting on base. I mean, the homers are good, but the runners in scoring position really has been the issue.
Yeah, hit 4 solos and got beat 5-4. And it's strike 3 called. Hayes down on strikes, but the Orioles get a loud one from Ryan Mountcastle.
And a good swing it was on a breaking ball. Come on, rookie, show me something. He does. Gets a breaking ball, drives it out to left field. His 22nd long one of the year. Orioles up 1-0 through.
You love to cook, but it's hardly a snap. Well, what if everything you need for a delicious meal was just left at your door? With oven-ready meals from Home Chef, you throw it all in the oven-safe tin and count down to delicious. Don't need that, or whatever that is. Make, plate, garnish, and enjoy. No prep, no mess, just amazing recipes, fresh ingredients, and hot out-of-the-oven happiness. Delicious. Meet simple. Get $80 off your first month at homechef.com.
This is cellulose acetate, a plant-based material that's not only extremely durable, but also quite flexible, making it ideal for Warby Parker glasses, which, by the way, start at $95, including prescription lenses. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com. Oh yeah, about those prescription lenses. Warby Parker glasses come standard with custom-cut polycarbonate lenses that have been treated with scratch-resistant and anti-reflective coatings. Nice. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
For the Iron Man. Happy birthday, Cal. Your teammates are getting older, Ben.
Yeah, I don't know how old he is. I just know he's a little bit older than me.
Yeah.
That's all I know. I hope he's out on his boat somewhere enjoying the beautiful day. And
I don't know how old he is either, but I think he was 60 last year.
I'm no comment on that one because I'm not here.
Seems like just yesterday, standing at the batting cage at Memorial Stadium interviewing Cal. It was right prior to his first game when he was called up in August of '81. And I remember the line. It's probably somewhere in the archives at Channel 2. He said, yeah, I'm a little nervous because you know I'm from around here.
Yeah, he is.
We all know where he's from now, right? The kid from Aberdeen who
knew,
one of the all-time
like
greats.
you said, everybody knew he was a good prospect, but nobody had an idea what would happen over the next 20-something years.
Brett, you don't remember that far back, but
I don't remember that far back, Scott.
No,
but
Brett's only 28.
He's a kid.
Cal, as you know, has many club records, and one might be in danger of falling. His home run record for an Orioles rookie was set in 1982. He had 28 home runs his rookie year. Ryan Mountcastle just hit number 22. What, 38 or so games left?
Yeah, it's going to
be very close.
I'm sure Cal wouldn't mind. I mean, he's got a couple other things. As long as he doesn't go 26-33, I think he's fine. There's a strikeout. Jared Walsh down on strikes. Second strikeout for Watkins.
Really good four-seam fastball just on the outside part. So Watkins has punched out 2 of the first 4 he has faced. And velocity's got a little bit extra to it tonight. I mean, we've seen a 94, a 93, and a couple of 92s. But more importantly than anything, the command of that fastball is better so far tonight.
This is Jose Iglesias. Had a big year with the Orioles last year before he got hurt. But, man, he was hitting the baseball.
Yeah, he had 373 last year with the Orioles. Now, he was nicked up a lot. That hamstring kept him out of a lot of ball games. But in 39 games last year with the Orioles, hit 373, which is, of course, a career high. And he's on pace for a career high in home runs this year.
Every time we looked up last year, Ben, looked like he had a ball in the gap, was going for 2, kind of limping into second base because the wheels weren't there. But that bat was terrific.
Yeah, Oriole fans never got to see him really, I don't think, 100% on defense, you know, and he is so good.
He's going to reach on a strikeout here. Strike 3 gets away, and Iglesias on base on the wild pitch.
I'm not sure what happened here, but this ball shot
hit a shin guard or something.
Well away from Pedro Severino. Looks like another breaking ball, and from that angle,
up on the arm,
it doesn't quite look like Severino got all the way in front of that ball. Hits off his left wrist and shoots towards the Angel dugout.
So 1 down, 1 on. This is the catcher, Max Stassi. Stassi, 260 in, 11 homers, 28 driven in. 11 home runs, career high for him. Stassi, American League Player of the Week. Back in mid-June, hit .455 that week with 3 homers and 8 driven in. Led the majors with 22 total bases.
Yeah, he was on fire up to August the 6th. He had his batting average up to 300 on August the 6th, and then since then 4 for 35. So he's only hit 114 in his last 10 games.
Missed 26 games earlier this year, had a concussion, and returned from that on June 1st. He's got some interesting lineage. His great uncle was a teammate of Babe Ruth's and Joe DiMaggio's.
Oh, wow.
Some stories from Uncle, I bet, when he was a little guy. Ball and a strike. 1-on-1 down. Orioles lead it 1-0. Stassi line drive, base hit into center field. Iglesias will hold at second, and the Angels have 2 on with 1 down. Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, Annie Harper from Glen Burnie, has won $500 for being selected and will win $500 more for every Orioles home run hit tonight. She's already won an extra $500 on the home run from Ryan Mountcastle. Play Fast Play Home Run Rich's Progressive Jackpot game and enter your tickets into My Lottery Rewards. Visit mdlottery.com/home run. Congratulations, Annie. Winner of $1,000 already tonight. First hit for the Angels from Stassi, and now it's rookie Brandon Marsh. Among the league leaders in facial hair, Ben.
Yeah, definitely adds an extra 5 pounds to his frame. There's no doubt about that between the beard and the hair. A lot of fastballs so far tonight. Pedro Severino expecting that one on the outside part, but it's down and in. And nice job by Severino.
Two balls, no strikes. There you see that facial covering and the long hair to go with it. The beard and hair in a battle to see which can hang the longest, I guess. This kid can play. Number 2 prospect in the Angels system. Was number 38 in all of baseball.
Yeah, just 23 years old and a big frame, too, and a frame that's going to fill out even more.
And there's one in the gap. And left center cut off by Hayes, who slips. A run is in. And the Angels have runners on the corners. RBI for Brandon Marsh.
Well, this is where it can get sideways for Watkins. You know, when he's ahead in the count like he was in the first inning, in the first 2 batters of this one, he makes his pitches and he gets out. But when you get behind in the count, 2-0, 3-1 type counts, leave a ball up in the zone, you know Marsh looking for a fastball. 2-0, he gets one. There's Iglesias coming around third base. He scores to tie the game up, and now runners first and third, but still just 1 out.
Yeah, with a break, Watkins would have struck out the first 2, and now maybe have 2 on and 2 out without a run in. Joe Adell, Angels' top prospect, came up last year and was really kind of overwhelmed. They sent him back down. Was really swinging a hot bat at AAA Salt Lake this year, and now he's back, and they hope this time to stay.
Yeah, Adell just 22 years old. Another really good frame at 6'3", 215 pounds for the Angels.
Ooh, close.
A couple of young prospects in Marsh and Adell hitting back-to-back.
Adell was the 10th pick of the first round in 2017 on a high school ball in the Louisville area. That's in for a strike. 0-2. When Adell was called up from the minors this year, he led all the minor leagues in RBIs and was second in extra base hit. 23 homers, second in AAA. Again, fairly close at first. Brandon Marsh living on the edge.
Yeah, Marsh has got 3 bags this year, and he's trying to stay out of the double play, so he's trying to get a jump and maybe take second base.
Keeping a close eye on him. Stassi's at third base, Marsh at first. 1 down, 2 strikes the count to Joe Adell.
Yeah, you got 0-2. This is when you'd love that strikeout in this situation.
Not this time. Line drive, center field. Mullins misjudges it. Goes over his head. That ball was smoked. 2 runs will score. And the Angels go up 3-1. It's a triple for Joe Adell. Ben, I don't think Cedric Mullins thought that ball was hit as hard as it was.
Well, you're exactly right. And you could tell by the angle that Mullins took. More of a direct line to the ball, and this is just too good of a pitch. You know, 0-2 count, it just catches too much of the plate, and it's elevated right in the happy zone, just about bell time. This ball is melted out to center field and just over the glove, and Mullins goes up at about 3 inches over the glove, and 2 runs scored once that ball got over Mullins' head. And boy, Adell, did you see him run? 108 off the bat.
He can fly. So after a 1-2-3 first inning, trouble in the second, and the Angels are on top 3-1.
Yeah, you strike out 3 of the first 5 batters you see.
Now try to choke that run that's down there at third base, right? Try to keep the 4th run off the board. Juan Lagares, the number 9 hitter. Oriole infield in. Ball 1. Lagares 8 years with the Mets. Signed with the Angels as a minor league free agent in February. That's a strike, 1-1. In the dirt. Stopped by Severino, 2-1. Thinking how young that Oriole infield is now, Ben. Mountcastle, a rookie at first. Second baseman Jones making his Oriole debut tonight. Mateo's been around a little bit, but he's young, hasn't played a lot, 26. And about the same for Arias.
Yeah, a lot of guys that don't have a lot of big league experience.
There's a blast. Way back. Ding dong. That one is in the Oriole bullpen. 2-run shot for Lagares. And the Angels have exploded for 5 runs in the inning.
Well, how quickly it can change. Well, you strike out the first guy, you strike out the second guy, but he gets by Severino. Should have been 2 out and nobody on, but instead, Iglesias reaches, and then you get 4 consecutive base hits, a triple and a home run. And another ball that just never gets to where it's trying to be. Trying to get on the inside part of the plate and leaves it pretty much middle to Lagares. That's his 3rd home run, 27th RBI of the year.
Back to the top of the order. Here's Ohtani, struck out his first at bat.
So you can see Severino's on the inside part of the plate, and it just never got there.
That ball was tagged, and this man can tag him as well. Ohtani with 6 homers over 450 feet this season. That's the tops in the major leagues. Nobody else has hit 6 balls over 450. High fly ball. Will it hold? Yes, I think it will. Austin Hayes has room and makes the catch for the 2nd out.
Well, we talked about Spenser Watkins and being able to get through the first time through the order. That's where he's had his problems. You see what opponents are hitting off of him the first time through, 373. But the second time through, he makes some adjustments, only 197. And we said that was one of the keys tonight. Could he get through the order the first time and throw up a couple of zeros? Not been able to do that.
A ball to Fletcher. Fletcher popped out to third, his first at bat. Fletcher and Cedric Mullins battling it out for the American League hit lead.
Fletcher came in 2 hits in front of Cedric Mullins for that lead in the American League you're talking about. Let's see if he can get this ball in the inside part.
Little pop-up. Mountcastle might have room, and no, it drifts into the screen. Close, but just a little too high into that screen.
Yeah, I think sometimes as a player you forget that screen is there. You know, you see the ball and you want to reach in and get it like you used to be able to do some years ago.
Bounce to short. Mateo has it. And the inning's over, but not before the Angels do some major damage. Put 5 up. They're on top 5-1.
Hey, Harold, how do you prepare for a big show?
Well, I just try to stay positive. Take it one show at a time and treat it just like any other show.
How do you feel about the other analysts you work with?
It's a great group of guys. We're all on the same page. I'm just happy to be here.
What's your prediction for the season?
We'll see what happens. It all comes down to execution in the studio.
The pro player answers. He's still got it.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions on MLB Network.
Miss the games? Quick Pitch has your back with all the plays from today that'll be talked about tomorrow on baseball's fastest hour of highlights and previews. MLB Network's Quick Pitch. Late nights and every morning. Only on MLB Network.
Birdland, the Angels are in town for 2 more games through the 26th. Wednesday's game starts at 7:05, and then Thursday afternoon baseball at 1:05. Great seating options available. Spend a day at the Yard enjoying Orioles baseball. Purchase your tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets. Shohei Ohtani, the scheduled starter for the Angels. We'll see him hit today, pitch, and hit tomorrow. For the Orioles, Arias to lead it off and takes ball 1. Orioles had some traffic against Bundy in the first. Mountcastle hit a long home run, his 22nd of the year, but got just 1. That misses 87. 2 balls, no strikes. Foul back over our head. Arias 5 extra base hits, 2 homers, 3 doubles in his last 4 games. So he's been locked in.
Yep. 4 for 11 against the Braves, a homer.
Last 2 games, multi-hits in both of those. 2 balls and a strike. Wasn't sure about that one, but called a strike. 2-2.
Well, you can see the sweat just dripping off of Dylan Bundy's brim, his cap off his nose. Another humid night here in Baltimore.
Breaking ball up high. Fielding Culbreth, calling balls and strikes. Full count pitch. And we'll do it again. Arias has surprised me, Ben, with the power. I mean, he just missed another home run, hit one off the top of the wall yesterday. He can drive the ball.
Yeah. He can drive it to the opposite field. We've seen a couple of his home runs go out towards right center field, and not a big guy, but there's certainly some pop in the bat.
And it's ball 4, so a leadoff walk gets the Orioles' second inning started. Bundy threw 29 pitches in the first inning. He'll face Pedro Severino.
Yeah, he's not been sharp. Home run to Mountcastle, walk Mancini. A walk here to Arias to begin the second inning. You know, and talk to the Angel guys about what he's working on from a mechanic standpoint. He's working on his arm and how deep the arm, when the ball comes out of the glove, he used to drop it down well below his waist, his arm, what you call your arm stroke. And if you watch him now, he quickly gets it up, and it's all about timing. See how quick he tries to get it back up, and what he's working on is trying to be on time. In other words, when his front foot hits the ground, he wants to have his arm up in what we call the power or the throwing position. And when you do that, you can sync your mechanics up and you can throw the ball where you want to. And they felt like if you shorten the arm stroke a little bit, maybe you could be on time a little bit more. That's kind of what he's been working on.
Severino rips a line drive into the left field seats. So Bundy had 2 strikes to Pedro. Pedro's been a little different hitter since the break. 265 with 5 homers in 25 games compared to, what do you have, 4 home runs in 61 games prior to the break, and the average just 220 compared to the 265 since the break.
Yeah, maybe this is the year that Severino's going to finish strong. You go back to the last couple of years, it's been really good starts for him, and he's kind of faded, you know, in August and September.
And he takes strike 3. Got the breaking ball over. Pedro slow to leave, but he's out. 1 down.
Oh, it looks like a breaking ball. Thought it might have been a changeup. It almost kind of backed up and went from left to right. Maybe a ball off the inside part of the plate. He gets the call.
And welcome Jahmai Jones to the Orioles. His first at bat with the club. Fans giving him a nice hand. His Oriole debut. Got some power speed combination in 69 games at Norfolk. Hit 10 homers, drove in 35, stole 10 bases. Batting average 238.
Yeah, the fans have been calling for Jones to get here to Baltimore, and finally he is here. He stayed down to work at second base and continued to get better on defense. Remember, he came up as an outfielder, former second-round pick by the Angels back in 2015, and was an outfielder the first few years of his career, and making that transition to the infield. Most of his starts down in AAA at Norfolk were in the infield, most of them at second base, a few over at third. Did have 12 starts in the outfield. So, and Brandon Hyde didn't rule out. He said, I'd like to keep him in the middle infield and keep him at second base, but there's a chance he could go to the outfield from time to time.
1 on, 1 down. Jones down in the count, 2 strikes. A little flip over to first to check in on Arias. Probably not a threat to run. He's been bothered by a leg injury that's nagging. It's not going to go away anytime soon. Some days are better than others. Look out. He got him. So Jones' debut with the Orioles starts with a hit by pitch and puts 2 on for the Birds.
Well, that's exactly what the Orioles needed, some base runners. And Bundy's control just not there yet. You can see he's kind of all over the place so far.
Guerra, right-hander up in the Angels bullpen. Here's Jorge Mateo. That 11-game hit streak snapped Saturday night. Kind of unfair. He only had 1 at bat. He pinch hit in the 9th inning. But he's been swinging a good bat for the Birds.
Yeah, I mean, he's done everything the Orioles hoped that he would do when he got called up. I mean, he's hit safely in 14 of his 16 games played. Had that 11-game hitting streak you're talking about. Reached base 15 straight games at one point as well.
Bundy up high. They throw down to second. Nobody there. Fletcher takes it on a bounce. Short center field. Mateo had in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Orioles trying to battle out of a hole after a 5-run Angel inning. 3-0. Cedric Mullins on deck, top of the order coming up. See the .423 average over the last 8 games for Mateo. Off the plate, ball 4. Bundy's all over. And Joe Madden on his way out. And he's made the call. He's going to the bullpen. So Dylan Bundy will only last an inning and a third. They gifted him a 5-run inning, but he won't be around to get the win in this one. Orioles with a rally. 5-1 Angels.
I love the Boys and Girls Clubs because they help you believe that you can make it to the big leagues.
Big leagues of what? Law. Art. Construction. Baseball.
How'd you guess?
For 25 years, Major League Baseball has partnered with the Boys and Girls Clubs of America to help kids make it to the big leagues of anything.
If these walls could talk, they'd speak of legacies that live on forever. Now, they welcome the incoming Hall of Fame class at the 2021 Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Live coverage begins September 8th at noon Eastern on MLB Network and MLB.com.
Facing the Orioles for the first time in his career after being traded over to the Angels. Only worked 1 1/3. Only gave up the 1 hit. That was a solo home run by Ryan Mountcastle. Did walk 3, struck out 3, and of course he is responsible for all 3 runners left on base. It'll be up to Junior Guerra now. Guerra making his 36th appearance of the year. Elevated ERA, 0-for-1 in save opportunities. 55 2/3 innings pitched, 48 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .251 off the right-hander, Junior Guerra.
Well, they got a track team out on the bases. Arias with okay speed, right? He's been bothered with the leg, but Jones can fly, and obviously Mateo is one of the fastest players in the big leagues. He's down at first.
Well, no doubt this couldn't work out any better for the Orioles trying to get back in this ball game, down 5-1 early. Got your best hitter at the plate in Cedric Mullins, and bases loaded and just 1 out.
Ryan Mountcastle on deck. Mountcastle homered in the first inning for the Orioles' only run. Guerra's ready. Pitch 1 to Cedric, in for a strike at 92. Arias at third, Jones at second, Mateo down at first. Fooled him.
Yeah, good fastball for strike 1, and follows that up with a really good changeup. So 93 all the way down to 83 miles an hour. Guerra quickly ahead of Mullins. Guerra now 36 years old. In his 7th season with the Angels.
So ahead 2 strikes. High fly ball, short right field. Lagares grabs at the tag. Here comes Arias, and he backpedals back to third base. He would have been out. Made a smart choice there. And now they're 2 down.
Well, Juan Lagares does everything right, the right fielder for the Angels. Just a perfect fly ball, the kind you dream about as an outfielder. High enough where you can really get behind it, get your momentum behind it. You can see Arias goes back to the bag. He's going to tag up, and he's going to start, but he's going to read the throw. And he's watching the throw the whole time. And when he sees that throw is on line and plenty on it, he quickly gets back to third base.
So they're still loaded, but 2 down now as Ryan Mountcastle steps in. Birds need a knock.
A big knock, you know, and that's kind of what's eluded them in recent weeks. We talked about the runners in scoring position, and here you are again.
Gary delivers, bouncing ball up the middle. He'll go the long way to first base. Mountcastle out, and the Birds leave them loaded. Angels still on top as we head to the third, 5-1.
This question is for Carlos Pena. Carlos, for the record, where did your signature term, placata, come from?
Placata is just an expression my brothers and I used when we were kids. It means good, solid contact, usually resulting in a home run.
Placata!
So if you go deep, it means you just went placata.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions. Only on MLB Network.
Placata!
Everywhere you go, everything you do, you can always take the game with you. And you can bring your friends.
Relax and enjoy the sophisticated ambiance of Lido Key in Sarasota on Florida's Gulf Coast. Learn more at visitsarasota.com. Well, tough inning for the Birds. Bundy gives them a gift, walks and hit batters, and you got them loaded, and you've got your 2 best hitters coming up in Mullins and Mountcastle, and you can't shake a run out.
Yep. You know, that's when it hurts, because you don't get many opportunities to make a difference, and that was a grand opportunity for the Orioles.
Yeah, they basically got an invitation. Bundy and the Angels said, here, come on back in the game, and couldn't cash it in. Gosselin to lead it off for the Angels in the third. Gosselin, Walsh, and Iglesias. Dylan Bundy's ERA will be better for the work from Junior Guerra as he stranded 3 of the Bundy base runners. Line drive into left field, base hit in front of Hayes. Leadoff single for Gosselin. He's hit the ball hard twice. Bounced out to third his first at bat, but smoked it down there too.
Yeah, and a pretty good pitch. This ball did get to the inside third, the inner third of the plate, but he pulls the hands in and drops a barrel on it. His team can hit. I mean, they can flat out hit.
You've also been really good in tight games. They're 20-10 in one-run games this year. That's the best in the major leagues. There's another hit. A looper from Walsh into center. That'll get Gosselin around to third. And the Angels have runners at first and third with nobody down.
Jared Walsh continues to have an outstanding year for the Angels. Former 39th round pick out of University.
What round?
Georgia. 39th.
That's pretty special.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you don't see many of those guys. Of course, Watkins, a 30th round pick.
And he's the only guy from that round, that 30th round, that's in the big leagues.
Right.
Gosselin, I would imagine there's not a 39 round guys running around either.
No. And he's having a good year. 22 homers, 72 RBIs for Walsh.
Iglesias fouls it back, strike one. Jose reached in the second inning, scored the first run, got on after striking out. Paul got away from Severino on a wild pitch. Seems like Iglesias should be 37. Seems like he's been around forever, but he's only 31. He's got some baseball left in him. One strike pitch. Off the plate, 1-1. Connor Wade up in the Oriole bullpen. Angels with 6 hits through just 2 innings. Iglesias line drive. Hayes can't catch up to that one. It's off the wall. That'll get 1 run in. And Iglesias glides in with an RBI double. Looks like BP out there now, Ben. They're shots.
Yeah, it's almost like the Angels know what's coming. And, you know, some of these balls aren't left in the middle part of the plate, but they are making really good adjustments on some fastballs on the inner third of the plate. That ball 107 off the bat by Iglesias, and we know he can hit a fastball. He did that last year to the tune of over 370 for the Orioles. He turned this one around quickly and over Austin Hayes' head, and now second and third. Orioles will be forced again to bring the infield in after 1 run in this inning.
And every hitter loves to see that. There's a lot more room for base hits to get through. Walsh at third, Iglesias at second, nobody down. Swung on and missed, strike one. Just got a piece of the bat. No, wait a minute. No, got a piece of the hand as well. So Stassi will head down to first base, and they'll be loaded after hit by the pitch.
Yeah, that might be it. Brandon Hyde making the trip. Well, Spenser Watkins' fastball control the first 5 batters was really good, but since then he has not been able to get the ball where he's wanted to, and the Angels has made him pay for it.
So Watkins' night has finished. Angels lead at 6-1, threatening to score more.
Hey kids, MLB Network has a show just for you.
With pro tips and tricks to up your game.
And all the big news on your favorite players.
So join baseball's biggest stars on Play Ball.
Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
Jim. Hey, Jim. You were known for your work ethic during your playing days. Now that you're an analyst at MLB Network, do you find that your days are easier?
Yo, Big Jim, you ready to do that hitting demo? Let's go, man.
Hey, Jim, here's a research packet for tonight's show. I'll see you on the set in 5.
Jim, why aren't you dressed? We're on in 2 minutes.
maybe a little bit easier.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions on MLB Network.
For Spenser, Watkins works 2+ innings. Gives up 7 hits, 6 runs. All of them were earned. Didn't walk a batter. Struck out 3, 47 pitches, 31 for strikes. Of course, he's responsible for all runners on base. The bullpen has turned a corner for the Orioles as of late. 10 2/3, only 1 run they've allowed, only 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. And that was a series against the Braves. You go all the way back to their last 14 2/3 innings pitched. And the bullpen has been really solid as well, only allowing the 1 run. Jorge Lopez came out of the bullpen, was really good in the rain the other day. And it's up to Connor Wade now, making his 5th appearance. He's worked 7 1/3. And opponents are hitting .267 off the right-hander, Connor Wade.
And he gets Brandon Marsh out in front for strike 1. Now Spenser Watkins hopes he only gives up 6 earned runs because he's responsible for 3 out there right now. Nobody down. Marsh had an RBI single his first at bat. Swung on and missed. 0-2.
Yeah, a couple of really good changeups by Connor Wade. Now can you finish? And this is when you need that strikeout. So back-to-back changeup to get to 0-2.
Down low, 1-2. Walsh at third, Iglesias at second. Stassi got hit by the pitch at first. Old foul over toward the third base coach, Brian Butterfield.
This is an Angels team that had gotten a game over 500. They swept the Tigers a couple of series ago to get to 62 and 61, but then were swept by Cleveland. Come in at 62 and 64 on the year.
Down low again. 2-2.
That's kind of been the season for the Angels, kind of up and down. There's a lot of win streaks and losing streaks in there, and the offense was really good. Against the Tigers, they averaged 8 runs a game, but could only come up with 2 runs in 3 games against Cleveland.
How about this road trip that they're on? 10 games in 11 days in 5 cities. Fouled over toward the Oriole dugout.
Yeah, they had a makeup game, I believe, against the Yankees, a rainout game. They had to go play just 1.
And then you had the Little League World Series game up in Williamsport too. So a 1-gamer there. They were off yesterday after playing in Williamsport on Sunday night.
Yeah, I saw where the Orioles are going to play in that game next year. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Just got a piece of it. Joe Adele had the 2-run triple in the on-deck circle. He trying to get the first out of the inning. 2-2 line to Jones. Everybody back in time. Good base running. Nobody got doubled off. That had a little exit velo.
And Jahmai Jones in the perfect spot. 106 off the bat. You see him pulled in. You talk about get to you quickly. Just a line drive. That thing is hooking. And a nice play by Jones. And finally the Orioles catch a break. Now the middle infielders are kind of pushed back and they'll get in double play depth.
Tough guy to double. Joe Adele can go.
Yeah, we saw that his first at bat. He went from home to third on that triple easily.
Connor Wade trying to do a wiggle out of a mess job like Junior Guerra did last inning. The Orioles had him loaded with 1 out, but he got Mullins and Mountcastle and no damage. Ball to Adele. Swung on and missed. One on the way. Fouled off 1-2. Adele hit his first homer of the season a week ago, and it was a grand slam. Broke a 9th inning tie. Runners take their lead. A ball and 2 strikes. Time called. Right-hander delivers. Misses for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, you can see Connor Wade's trying to stay down in the zone. He is trying to create a ground ball. Pretty much fastballs and changeups to this point.
Two foul back. A ground ball at somebody or a strikeout would be appreciated.
Yeah, as you mentioned, he can really run, so it's going to have to be a ground ball hit hard up the middle. Of course, if it's hit to one of the corner guys, they'll probably come home with it.
And now he's gone full. So from 0-2 to 3-2, nowhere to put him.
Yeah, and the scout report on Connor Wade is the changeup. The changeup appears to be, they say, is his best pitch, and if he right now would be the time to throw a good one if he could.
3-2 on the way. Center field, that's a base hit. 2 will score. And Joe Adele is having a day. 4 RBIs for him. He tripled in 2. Now he singles in 2. And the Angels lead it 8-1.
Well, the Angels are doing some work with runners in scoring position. And that's really where you make your money. I mean, can you perform with runners in scoring position? And so far tonight, the Angels have been able to do that.
Stassi at second, Adele at first, and the number 9 hitter, Juan Lagares, steps in. He went yard his last time up, a 2-run shot, and takes strike 1. Only his 3rd homer of the year. Five in the second for the Angels. 3 more here in the 3rd. That's a strike.
The Angels are now 5 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
That'll get you runs. It went in order in the 1st, and since put up 8 runs on 8 hits. Misses at 90. Bounce to Mountcastle, only 1 play. He'll step on the bag at first, 2 down. Lagares bounces out, back to the top of the order, and Shohei Ohtani 0 for 2 in this one.
I don't think the Orioles are going to pitch to him at first base. I'd be shocked if they did. Yeah, they're going to walk him.
They're going to walk him. What that does is bring the guy who leads the American League in hits to the plate, but obviously not the power threat of Ohtani. Ohtani waiting for the bat boy to come out and get his equipment, bat protected.
And I think you're going to see that in this series. Anytime you get a chance to pitch around him and first base is open, I think the Orioles will put him on. And you're right, the double-edged sword of that is you got to face David Fletcher, who's having an outstanding season, came in hitting .297, leading the American League in hits.
Ironically, the Rays are putting up, or the Angels are putting up all kinds of numbers, but the big two, Ohtani and Fletcher, are 0 for 4. And handle them, it's the rest of the order that's done the damage.
Ohtani's not hit. The Orioles have pitched Ohtani well in his career.
Line drive right to Jones, soft line drive this time, and it ends the inning, but not before the Angels add on 3 more. 8-1 LA.
You didn't see me, but I was there. I've been part of every rivalry, every dynasty, every game, set, match. I've been on the backs of champions, smashed world records, and I was even there for your personal best. I am synthetic fabric, and I am made from crude oil.
Nerds! Oh, thanks. It's clacking.
No, I got it.
Sweet unholy cobalt. Is Brad's car better than mine? Better sign-up bonus? Better travel perks? Is that how Brad took that trip to Barcelona? Wait, Barcelona? Barcelona?
Steve, I got it on NerdWallet.
Ah. You said all that out loud.
Want a better credit card? We've got you. From the best rates to the best rewards, for all your credit card questions, turn to the nerds.
Now is your chance to combine digital keepsakes and memorable experiences from the Baltimore Orioles. Bid now on the 1-of-1 Oriole Park NFT, part of MLB's Stadium Series. Visit candy.com for complete details.
There you go. That's what I call all in right there.
Yeah. Yeah. That 8-1 score doesn't put a smile on their faces. No. Trey Mancini to lead it off for the Birds in the third. Trey, Anthony Santander, and Austin Hayes will face Junior Guerra. Guerra on in relief of Dylan Bundy. Only lasted an inning and a third. Trey walked his first at bat, takes ball 1.
Yeah, both starters out early in this one. Bundy, an inning and a third, and Spenser Watkins, 2+.
Trey has reached the 20-homer plateau for the 4th straight year. Obviously didn't play at all last year. And he's in good company there. I think the all-time Oriole club record, he's got a ways to go. Cal Ripken, who's celebrating a birthday today, hit at least 20 home runs in the season 12 times. Two balls and a strike. Bounce down to third. Gosselin has it. 1 down.
Record number 25, Anthony Santander.
Well, both managers will have to cover a lot of innings with their bullpens tonight, right? How do you dice it and slice it up?
Yeah, and it may not get you tonight, but what it will get you is tomorrow and the following night. You know, and that's what, you know, you rely on your pitchers, and the Angels have been real good. We mentioned that. I mean, they've led the American League, their starters, since the All-Star break in innings pitched, but not tonight. So both teams will get through it tonight. The question is, what do you do tomorrow night and the following night?
Ball to Anthony Santander. He bounced out to second, his only at bat. You mentioned him being healthy, battling that ankle. Rips one into right field. All the way to the scoreboard. Anthony around first and in with a double. He's had some nice swings lately.
Yeah, he has, and you know, we keep talking about the bat speed, but the bat speed is back. You know, and you can tell when he rounded first base, the ankle's still not 100%. That's just one of those injuries where you can play on it right now. You're not going to do any more damage to it, but it's probably going to be the all season before it totally heals up and he laces this ball. And it's not the straight ahead running. It's when he makes the turn, you can see him kind of favor it just a little bit. But this ball is blistered. And Walsh gives it an effort, but just by his glove. 20th double of the year for Santander.
So Santander at second, Hayes at the plate. Hoskins struck out looking in the first inning. Bounce foul. Back on August 14th, Austin Hayes and Trey Mancini went back-to-back with home runs. Hayes has done that 3 times this year, been part of back-to-back homers for the Orioles.
Well, all Austin Hayes needs to do is stay in the lineup. I mean, that's the key for him. And I think we're all waiting, and Oriole fans are waiting for him to stay in the lineup, you know, and play 140 games in a season. Because, you know, you look at the numbers and what he does, you know, starting and stopping, being on the IL a little bit, still got 13 homers right now, 43 RBIs. There's no doubt in my mind he's a 20 to 25 home run guy if he can stay in the lineup. And boy, is he a difference maker on defense. I mean,
the arm, the wheels, yeah, he can
there's
run
nothing
down.
he can't do. When you start putting him in the outfield with Cedric Mullins and Santander gets 100%, I mean, it's an above average outfield, both offensively and defensively.
Guerra had 2 strikes inside. Hayes jumps out of the way. Eight-1 lead. Yeah, you'd think you like your chances if the Angels. Well, Thursday the Angels trailed the Tigers 10-2 entering the 6th inning. They scored 11 unanswered runs and won that game 13-10. 8-run comeback tied the club record.
Well, you just don't never know, you know. And in a ballpark like this in Camden Yards, and this time of the year when the ball just absolutely jumps. And all you got to see is what Joe Madden did to Dylan Bundy. I mean, Joe Madden wasn't going to give Bundy, and even with a 5-1 lead, he was not going to give him an opportunity. He said, you know what? We've worked hard to get a 4-run lead, and I have seen enough. Because typically in a ball game like that, when you know it's a 3-game series, you give your starter an opportunity to kind of work out of it, especially when he has a 4-run lead, but not tonight. And Joe Madden realizes that.
Ball and 2 strikes. 2-2.
There's a look at Joe Madden. Now in his 2nd year with the Angels, 67 years old.
Pretty calm at the wheel guy, right? Knows the game, has been in that Angels organization forever, coached there under Sosha and Terry Collins and 3 or 4 other managers.
And you remember him most for these years with the Rays. You know, spent 9 years with the Rays. And of course, they made the playoffs 4 times. Played in the World Series.
2-2 to Hayes, and now it's full. Yeah, Joe Madden has been in the Angels organization, different stints, but over 30 years. Rays.
He's been around. Yeah, you're right. Over 1,300 victories in his career.
He's a Pennsylvania guy. Went to Lafayette from West Hazelton, PA. And they'll always remember him with the Cubs, right? And he ended it. Most manager of the year in 18. Oh, Hayes chases and down on strikes for out number 2.
Boy, and pitchers just don't give in. You know, even with an 8-1 lead, first base is open, and Garrett didn't throw the fastball 3-2. A really good breaking ball, hard slide on the outside part. Starts as a strike, ends up as a ball.
Fourth strikeout for Angel pitchers. Here's Arias. He walked his only at bat.
Arias hit third tonight. He'll probably still play a little bit of shortstop, maybe play a little bit of second base as well.
Orioles 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. The Angels are 5 for 8. That's a strike. 94. Well, it's an uphill battle for the Angels this year, but if they don't make the playoffs, it'll be 7 straight years that they've missed.
Yeah, it's not looking good. I mean, when you're 9 games out this late in the year, and you got to jump over so many teams.
That's a strike. Santander at second. 2 down, a ball and 2 strikes to Arias. Fouled out of play on the right side. And you were talking, Ben, prior to the game. Angels taking BP. Ohtani doesn't take BP outside, right?
Yeah, he takes it in the cage.
Has to pace himself.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, he's doing something that we've never seen done before. I mean, you got to go back. You talk about 100 years when Babe Ruth was pitching and hitting as well. And so it's something that, you know, we haven't seen done. And so I guess he tries to conserve as much energy as he can, especially the day before he pitches.
There's the line drive, and it's a fair ball into the right field corner. Santander will score. Arias hustles the second, and he's in with an RBI double. And now it's an 8-2 game.
Well, Ramon Arias has been so good as Anthony Santander comes on with the Orioles' second run. But Arias has been really good this year. Off the bat, right at 103. Runners in scoring position. He's been the best for the Orioles. Just a 2-seam fastball, kind of up in his own inside-out swing, and shoots this one right down the right field line.
It's now 6 extra base hits in the last 4 games for him.
Well, he thought about checking up right there, and you can tell
the wheel.
Yeah, he is dragging that right leg just a little bit.
Severino called out on strikes, his first at bat. Yeah, we're talking about Ohtani and how they use him. That first year when he came up, they wouldn't allow him to hit the day before or the day after he pitched. Now he's hitting the day he did pitch. A little tapper in front of the plate. Ooh, Stassi with the throw behind the first baseman Walsh, but he makes the grab and gets the out. Orioles down in the third. They get a run on the Arias RBI double. It's 8-2.
I was super nervous to have this conversation about experiencing erectile dysfunction. I didn't want her to think for a single second that it had anything to do with how much I loved her, how beautiful I think she is, because it couldn't have been further from the truth. And what started as a conversation that I was super nervous to have ended up being one that I couldn't be more grateful that we did. It just unlocked a whole new level of trust and intimacy. Just be super open, super honest, and it's going to be an amazing conversation.
It's not just because Boll & Branch organic cotton sheets are incredibly soft. They are. And it's not just that they're free from toxins and made by people who are paid and treated fairly. that's true too. It's because home is where the magic happens. And with better sheets made in safer ways, home makes the world a better place. Boll & Branch. Right now, try for 30 nights risk-free and get free shipping at bollandbranch.com.
It's time for our PNC Minor League Spotlight. PNC Bank helping to make banking easier. And take a look at this. Out today, the Orioles, according to MLBpipeline.com, now have the #1 farm system in all of baseball. You see the climb over the previous rankings here. You see the current list on their top 100 prospect list. The #1 prospect in baseball, Adley Rutschman, followed by the #1 pitcher in baseball, Grayson Rodriguez. And last week, Baseball America came out with their midseason rankings, and the Orioles were #2. But Scott and Ben, according to MLB Pipeline, there are two big prospect rankings, MLB Pipeline and Baseball America, that most follow. According to Pipeline, the Orioles are #1 right now.
That is the future, Brett. No question about it. Can't wait for them all to get here, right?
Oh, well, the play's made.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not. Probably should have let the outfielders maybe to catch that one.
The good news for him is I don't think anybody was going to get to that one.
I don't think so either, but
but he's like, hey, you give me a glove and you sit me down here, I'm going to catch it.
Oh boy. You always have that one where they catch the ground ball that they think is foul, and then they realize it's a live ball, and then they just kind of dead fish the drop.
I think that should be an out here at home. I mean, somebody in orange caught it, you know. No, it's good to see you. And, you know, while it can be difficult to watch sometimes, and look, the rebuild continues to go, and it never goes as fast as you want it to. But the good news is Mike Elias has done what he said he was going to do, and he's going to turn around from the ground floor, and he's built it back. And you got to remember,
broken bat looper, and it is almost caught. Great effort from Mateo. Got the glove on it, just couldn't bring it in.
Well, this is what Mateo gives you. You know, because of the athleticism, he's able to even get to this ball to attempt to make a play on it. Most shortstops don't even get to this ball. Right off the heel of the glove, and it slides down his leg and just gets away. But an outstanding effort by Jorge Mateo. But going back to the thought, you know, this is what Mike Elias said he was going to do, and he's built it from the ground floor. And look, we all want it to happen right now, and it's difficult sometimes, but he's doing exactly what he said he was going to do, and he's building it up. And it's #1 MLB Pipeline, #2 Baseball America, and you know, you got the #1 overall prospect, and you got the #1 pitching prospect,
and they've never been ranked that high since though Baseball America goes back, I don't know, 20, 28 years, 30 years, whatever. So the pipeline is there. Brett?
Yeah, Scott, it's kind of interesting. Just in the last few off seasons, the Orioles are just starting to get in on the international market. We're seeing a few of those players now be considered, quote, prospects in the top 30 list, but that's just at a starting point.
Yeah, you're right.
So they basically reached #1 without that infusion at this point.
Right.
And you're seeing a couple of those prospects showing up in their top 30 list now. But remember, you're signing, those kids are 16, 17. So that's a ways off. But if you aren't competing in the international market in today's game, you're missing out on about half the pool when you look at big league rosters now. So it's a walk for Jared Walsh. Fourth inning of Orioles baseball is brought to you by Toyota RAV4 with reliability and value that fans can count on. Go Toyota and let's go places. Well, look at the Angels. You said traditionally they have had pitching issues, right? They're loaded with hitters and MVP caliber all-stars.
Yeah, they can score.
Pitcher. What did they do this year in the draft, Ben?
They said, you know what? We struggle with pitching. Every draft pick we make in 2021, we're going to draft a pitcher, and that's exactly what they did. I've never seen that happen before. I don't think it's ever happened before, but the Angels took 20 pitchers in 20 rounds of the draft this year.
And if 3 or 4 of them hit, they'll be happy.
Yeah.
2 on, nobody down. Iglesias reached on a strikeout his first at bat and then rifled a double into left field. Drove in a run. There's a looper. That looks like it'll get down in front of Austin Hayes. That'll score another run. Second RBI for Iglesias. And now it's 9-2.
Well, a couple of balls not hit hard at all. Gosselin with a broken bat looper that fell in, and this ball gets in on the hands of Iglesias, but he fights it off and loops it out in left field for a base hit. It's a 2-seam fastball coming in, and didn't get all of it, but enough of it. And the Angels now double digits in hits with 10 hits. Ball coming right at you.
Pitcher Max Stassi at the plate. He's reached both times, singled and scored his first at bat. There's a drive deep right center. Mullins back looking up. It's off the wall. That'll get another run in. Sliding into second, Stassi with an RBI double.
Well, the Angels have a few cheapies, but they also have a handful of balls that have been melted as well. And Max Stassi picks up his second base hit of the night, first RBI. See that one off the bat, well above big league average, 106 off the bat. Looks like Brandon Hyde. Well, that's going to be Chris Holdout for a visit and watch the location. This ball just kind of runs back. So he starts in a good spot, but then it runs right back over the center of the plate.
Next thing you know, you're backing up. Still nobody out in the inning.
Well, after only scoring 2 runs in their last series where they were swept against Cleveland.
Making up for it, aren't they?
Yeah, the Angel bats are alive so far in this series. 10 runs on 11 hits.
Yeah, then the series before that against Detroit, they put up 13 in that comeback win. They also won a game 8-2 in that series. So they went from scoring a lot to hardly scoring against Cleveland and then exploding for 10 here. We're just in the 4th inning. Brandon Marsh single, drove in a run his first at bat, and then hit a line drive like that, but right at the second baseman. Not this time. Base hit into right. That'll get another one in. And Marsh has his second RBI. See why they like that bat, Ben. He's hit the ball hard 3 times.
Yeah, and Ohtani doesn't have a base hit. Neither does Fletcher, who leads the American League in base hits. But boy, you go from the 3-hole all the way down to the 9-hole with the Angels, and they have done some damage.
Adele having quite a game. A triple in the second inning. Singled in the third. He's driven in 4 runs. Ball and a strike. Fernando Abad, the lefty, throwing in the Oriole bullpen. He's throwing the blue ball, Ben.
Yeah, the heavy ball.
Pop back out of play. Ball and 2 strikes to Joe Adele. Stassi at third base, Marsh at first. That misses. 2-2.
I think Joe Adell's a perfect example. No matter how successful you are to minor leagues, it takes some time to adjust. It doesn't always translate to the big league level.
Well, Jared Kelenic from Seattle this year, right? Top it's prospect. Comebacker. They got him hung up between third and home. And the tag. First out of the inning. Birdland O's Unlimited Ballpark Pass is back and on sale now for September games. Get unlimited access to September games for just $40. The O's Unlimited Pass will give you general admission standing room only access throughout Oriole Park, including the flag court, areas behind the bullpens, and Budweiser roof deck. Limited number of passes available. Purchase today at Orioles.com/unlimited. Here's another looper. That's in for a base hit. Marsh around third. He will score. Adell races to third. And the Angels have another run as this merry-go-round continues. 12-2. And Brandon Hyde looks like we'll get a pitching change.
Yeah, that was a pretty good piece of hitting by Lagares. He just kind of leans off, slider on the outside part. See him just lean over and go with it. Hits a line drive right over Jahmai Jones's head. That's going to be the night for Connor Wade.
So another pitching change for the Birds. Angels up by 10.
Covers the show like MLB Network.
Put a star by that one.
Turn on baseball's best with over 200 live games all season.
Oh my goodness!
Catch live look-ins every night on MLB Tonight.
Oh baby!
Plus breakdowns and highlights of your team, my team, every team.
And gone!
Bring home our national pastime all the time. Only on MLB Network.
Hi, I'm Bo Bichette, and you can catch me making great plays on MLB Tonight.
Another great defensive play.
And I'm Harold Reynolds, and you can catch me breaking down those great plays on MLB Tonight.
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
Bench trying to figure out what went wrong, just shaking his head. He'll give way to Fernando Abad, making his 4th appearance for the Orioles. Just pitched in 3 2/3 so far. Struck out 2, walked 4. Opponents hitting .353 off the left-hander, Fernando Abad.
And it'll be left on left as Shohei Ohtani steps in. Two on, one down. Breaking ball in for strike one. Ohtani, first player ever selected to an all-star game as both a pitcher and a position player. Also took part in the home run derby.
Yeah, first Japanese player ever to participate in the home run derby. A lot of firsts for him this year. A lot of firsts. Picked up the win in the all-star game as a pitcher, led off as a hitter. That was a first.
Well, in his first 3 years, you saw the flashes of greatness as a pitcher, as a hitter. This year really exploded in both, and he's down on strikes for the second time. Ohtani 0 for 3 with an intentional walk.
Yeah, you don't see him take many swings like this one. There's that changeup by Abad. It is a good one, too. Just kind of turns it over and fishes it down and away. Ohtani can't get a piece of it.
Second straight inning that the Angels have batted around as Fletcher steps in. 0 for 3 for the American League's hit leader. Came in with 145. Cedric Mullins with 143. Cedric 0 for 2 as well. Next on that list is Whit Merrifield of Kansas City at 140.
Yeah, it seems like Merrifield's always right there at the top every year.
Stolen bases, base hits. He's a player. Look at Joe Adele at third base.
David Fletcher went to college at Loyola Marymount. How about that?
And there's the hit leader with another hit and an RBI. Base hit into right field. That scores a run. 13-2.
Yeah, this time it's a fastball down and away. Not a bad pitch. But this is what Fletcher's been doing. He doesn't hit a whole lot of home runs, leads the league in singles as well. He just kind of dumps this one out in right field. Doesn't strike out much. Puts a lot of balls in play and collects a lot of hits along the way.
He's got the highest contact percentage in Major League Baseball this year. He gets bat on ball.
So you're saying there's something to putting the ball in play, huh?
It's a good things can happen.
Boy, that is a big number there. 10 for 15 for the Angels. And it's an offense that's been struggling. I mean, the month of August has not been a solid month for them from an offensive standpoint.
Gosselin already has 1 hit in this inning. Started the inning with that looper that Mateo made a terrific attempt on but couldn't bring it in. Santander going back has room and makes the catch on the warning track. Gosselin down. Angels retired, but they've got a huge lead.
If these walls could talk, they'd speak of legacies that live on forever. Now, they welcome the incoming Hall of Fame class at the 2021 Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Live coverage begins September 8th at noon Eastern on MLB Network and MLB.com.
Soy Miggy, el sacero que da la pelea. Representando la vieja escuela.
Future Hall of Famer, sir. Consider yourself honored.
Lanza tu mejor rima, que de los tigres la batea. El que no se acuesta cuando rumbea.
What an awesome sight.
Nacido y
Take
criado
that
en
curtain
Venezuela. Vengo de barrio humilde llamado La Pedrera. Aquí hay más talento.
From the T-Mobile coverage cam. I need a drink, Ben. Let's stop by the rooftop
Yeah,
bar.
tonight would be a good night to be doing the game from out there. Hey, be a really good night. Might be several adult beverages in by now.
We did see Jahmai Jones get his first hit by pitch as an Oriole. Welcome to Baltimore. Got drilled his first time up. Here comes again Junior Guerra on the hill for the Angels. Fouled out of play up the right side. Well, 10 homers, 10 steals in 69 games. That'll let you know the ability that's there with the power and the speed.
Yeah. Well, I watched him, we watched him closely take batting practice from up here, and the ball does come off the bat, and he can drive it to right center, too. And I know it's just batting practice, but still you get a feel for the power a little bit.
Well, it's a great opportunity for him. He's going to have a chance to play for over a month, and see if he can establish himself, have a chance at a spot for next year.
Yeah, and look, that's a great point. I mean, if you look from an outfield standpoint from the Orioles, I mean, you got to think, what you're seeing right now is going to be there next year. You Santander in right, Mullins in center, probably Hayes in left field. You got to think that, of course, Trey Mancini will DH and play first base along with Ryan Mountcastle. But then, in the catching position, who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah,
but Rutschman at some point next year will probably be here, whether it's halfway through the year or whatever. But second, third, and shortstop positions, are wide open for a lot of different guys right now. And I think that includes maybe potentially signing a free agent like the Orioles did last year in Iglesias, like they did Freddie Galvis this past year. And does Mike Elias go out and pick up maybe one middle infielder and guys like Jones and Arias.
2-2 pitch, and he got him looking. Strike 3 called.
Well, Junior Guerra's been solid since coming in. Got out of a big jam that Dylan Bundy left him, and that looks like take another look at changeup. Just kind of starts it right in the middle of the plate. And how about that late action left to right, just off the inside corner, but gets the call.
Oh, you hit on Junior, right? A 5-1 looked like a pretty comfortable lead, but bases loaded, one out.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Orioles can come up with a big base hit,
yeah.
and you got right at the top of your lineup with Mullins and Mountcastle coming, and you hope you pick up a big base hit or two, and it's a different ball game. But instead, Guerra came in and stuffed the Orioles. Orioles were not able to score a run.
Made Joe Madden look like a manager of the year, right? Jorge Mateo walked his only at bat. And that 11-game hit streak snapped on Saturday night. It's a 1-run game, and Brandon Hyde had a pinch hit him in the 9th. And that snapped the hit streak.
Yeah, and look, this is another guy. We mentioned Arias and Jones and, of course, Mateo. Those guys are probably going to be battling for a couple of spots that are out there. And you talk about tools now. Mateo's got them. You talk about the speed, and ball jumps off the bat.
Bounce to short. Fletcher gets it off. Safe. Speed wins. He just outran the baseball.
That's a perfect example, because Jose Iglesias did everything he could do. And a lot of shortstops don't even get to this ball, and how accurate it was to throw, and he had something to own it going over there. But Mateo can get out of the box. How about Iglesias? Quickly spins around. How about that throw?
He's a magician,
A really good stretch on the back end by Walsh. But Jose Iglesias is as good as they come at shortstop.
Throw was perfect right there. So an infield hit for Mateo.
Boy, that is super close. Super close.
We're going to check it. Yeah.
Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe. It's 13-2. Well, Walsh really getting out there to make this play close, and it is close. That's why the call on the field is always the most important one, because I'm not seeing enough. I'm not seeing enough here to say we're going to turn this one over.
We think Mateo's got an infield hit, but we'll wait for confirmation. Edwin Moscaso made the call down at first base. They're looking at it for quite a while. Let's take a look at our PNC inside the numbers.
31.3. I mean, 27 is average. Anything over 30 is considered elite, and he is 31 1/3, and he is safe at first base. Because if he'd have been 31 flat, he'd have been out, but 31.3 gets you there.
Yeah, they said when he was at 30.6 that was the third fastest in big league baseball, and that 31 plus.
That just took it to a different level.
Yeah. So Mateo gets an infield hit, and the Orioles get to the top of the order, and Cedric Mullins. Cedric 0 for 2. Brett Hollander talked about it on the pregame show. Scuffling.
Yeah.
You know, he's had a couple of dips during the year, and he usually gets out of it.
And he fights his way out of it. That's right.
Absolutely.
Because he's able to make adjustments, you know. And he went through the year where they were throwing him away early, and he was racking up hits, and they started pounding him in a little bit. And he went through those little stages like you talked about, but he made some adjustments. And then they started kind of mixing it up, all speed stuff. He stayed on those balls, and now it's been a lot of fastballs right there on the inside part of the plate again, and so he'll have to make an adjustment again.
And Sunday he had good at bats. He lined a double to right field, had an out where he hit the ball right on the nose and lined out to right. So you're just seeing more swing and misses. You're seeing him off balance a little more than usual. I think every hitter goes through it.
And it's almost, yes, right, impossible over the course of 162 games and 6 months to stay locked in like Cedric Mullins, because he's been as locked in as anybody.
And he's played more center field than any player in baseball this year. So he lines up every day.
And more games in his career and more plate appearances ever in his career. So there's a lot going on with Mullins right now, you know, and he's never been a player like this, has played this much in his career.
2-strike pitch, stays alive, fouls it back.
But he's such a tough dude, you know, and he's in shape. And I mean, these what we call the dog days of summer. This is when it starts to jump. There is nobody in baseball that's 100% anymore right now, I can promise you. You run down, the heat's taking it out of you, and that's why it's a grind. And that's why the course of 162 games, the cream typically rises. Last year was a little bit different with just 60 games. But not this year.
0-2 pitch, and down he goes, strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 2 down, and that'll get Ryan Mountcastle to the plate.
Junior Guerra has shown an outstanding changeup. This, I don't care who you are, you're not hitting this one. That's got the spin of a split finger fastball is what that does. And watch for the location of it. Yeah, just perfectly placed. It starts it on the edge. It's a strike out of the hand. Or just kind of oozes it off the outside corner. Only thing you can do with that one is not swing at it, because you're not going to hit it.
Ryan Mountcastle hit his 22nd homer in the Oriole first inning. Takes strike 1.
Zone just got a little bigger.
Does that tend to happen in a 13-2 game?
Yep. And you know it as a player. You don't like it if you're standing in the box, but you know what's going on.
Ahead 2 strikes. Teo at first, 2 down. Reached on the infield hit. Got the favorable review from the home office. And Mountcastle down on strike. So Guerra strikes out the side. O's retired through 4.
Here's another one of those really good sliders. Knocks down Mountcastle. Angels up 13-2.
Weekdays, take a pregame trip around the league. See batting practice, fielding drills, player interviews, and expert analysis.
He gets it there, and then from here he goes, bam!
Get exclusive access only on The Rundown. Weekdays, only on MLB Network.
Hey, Al, I'm just wondering, during the demo on MLB Tonight, what was that meatball you threw?
Meatball? I think you're misunderstanding. That was a hitting demonstration, and that's what I was supposed to do.
Oh, he go home, baby.
Right. I think that ball's still traveling. Any farther, and you need a flight plan for it.
Next question.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions. Only on MLB Network.
With Orioles online auctions, you can score exclusive Oriole items like a Ryan Mountcastle jersey, a Trey Mancini game-used bat, and more. All items available now at the Orioles online auction. Don't wait. Bidding for these items closes Sunday, August 29th at 10 p.m. Proceeds benefit the Orioles Charitable Foundation. Bid now. Learn more at Orioles.com/auction. First pitch, and the Angels have a base hit. They've done that before. That's their 15th hit of this game. Leadoff single for Walsh.
Jared Walsh, former 39th rounder, University of Georgia, was a pitcher and a position player there. Really nice stroke on a lefty-on-lefty breaking ball. It just feels like the Angels have just covered everything tonight. I mean, they hit everything. It's just
a lot of them hard.
I mean, they're a really good team. Don't get me wrong, but it's like everything they have swung out tonight has found a hole somewhere.
There's the first out as Mullins retires Iglesias. One down. Well, this is one of those games, if it stays in this direction, Ben, where you might see a few guys from both sides coming out, give them half a game off. Guys like Mullins played a lot. Yeah.
And why would Ohtani still be in the game? You know, I mean, he's got to pitch tomorrow night anyway.
Orioles bench consists of Kelvin Gutierrez, Austin Wynns, and DJ Stewart. Ball to Stassi. Swung on and missed, 1-1. Stassi 2 hits and was hit by a pitch. He's reached all 3 times. There's Joe Madden. One on the way, 2-1. 93 on the fastball. And no word yet on when Mike Trout might rejoin this Angel team. I mean, he went on the IL May 18th with that right calf strain and is still.
And that's the scary thing about the year that Ohtani's had. He's not had a ton of protection like he would typically have in a year.
With Trout in that lineup.
Yeah. Well, and Rendon too. Don't forget about him. And they're missing 2 of their biggest offensive assets are the Angels right now. And yet Ohtani is still having.
And in the middle of May when Trout left, he led the major leagues in OPS.
Yeah, that was a scary thing. He was having one of his better years, and he's had obviously some good ones.
No play here as it falls into the front rows. "13 runs, 15 hits for the Angels. The Orioles 2 runs on 4 hits. Oriole RBIs, the homer from Mountcastle, and Arias drove in a run with a double. Bounce to second. Jones to Mateo for 1. On to first. The Birds turn 2. Nice little 4-6-3 there to retire the Angels. Orioles coming to bat in the 5th.
Mr. Smoke, Mr. Smoke.
You, go ahead.
Since signing with MLB Network, you've been very busy. You've done pitching demos, game analysis, and color commentary for live games. How are you able to juggle so many roles as an analyst?
It just comes naturally, I guess.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions, only on MLB Network.
That's why he's a Hall of Famer.
Miss the games? Quick Pitch has your back with all the plays from today that'll be talked about tomorrow on baseball's fastest hour of highlights and previews. MLB Network's Quick Pitch. Late nights and every morning. Only on MLB Network.
not going so well here at Camden Yards for the Orioles. Angels on top 13-2 as the Birds come to bat in the 5th inning.
Hey, but you know what? The folks are still having fun.
There you go.
It's still a night at the ballpark.
A bad scoreboard is still a good night at the ballpark.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. Mancini, Santander, and Hayes. That's 3, 4, 5 against Junior Guerra. And it's a strike at 93 to get Mancini's at bat started. Trey hitting much better at Camden Yards this year, 295. .220 on the road for Trey, but 14 of his 20 homers also here at Camden Yards.
Oh, it's been a nice year for Mancini, you know, considering everything and where he was last year, and nobody knew, and he didn't even know. He admitted that coming back.
Yeah, sometimes we take it for granted we're deep into the season, but
you forget
where this
what was going on
I think nationally, people
12 months ago, you know.
Yeah. Changed him up there at 84. Ball and 2 strikes. And he's putting up numbers.
You take a full year off, not even going through what he went through. You know, you take a full year off from not facing major league hitters, and it's difficult. And yet the numbers are still pretty much in line with what Trey Mancini typically does.
He's got a base hit here into center field for Trey. So a hit and a walk and 3 at bats. Birdland experience an O's game with the convenience and privacy of your very own suite. A variety of affordable single-game suites throughout the ballpark are available. Enjoy exclusive access to the game with climate-controlled interior seating, a private restroom, and comfortable outside seating. Visit Orioles.com/suites for more information.
Yes. Plenty of crab cakes in there, I'm sure.
Oh,
get
yeah.
One of those suites. All you can eat crab cakes.
And some sweets in the suites, too.
Yeah. I try to stay away from them, but crab cakes, I can't stay away from those.
You had your usual pregame salmon tonight, right?
Yeah.
Strike to Anthony. Doubled and scored his last at bat. Average creeping up. That's hit pretty well to right field, but room. No, it's off the wall. Tried to deke Mancini, not going to work. Trey around third has the green light. He's headed for the plate, and he'll score. Santander with his second double of the game and an RBI.
Boy, and what a good read by Trey Mancini, too. He could tell this ball was going to be off the wall. He never checked up with nobody out and easily scored. Trying to come inside, this ball runs right back over the plate, and on time again on a good fastball is Santander. And you can see it right off the wall. But there's Mancini. He's already gone.
Yeah, Lagares with a little deke. Set up like he had a chance to make the catch and then flipped around, but that bounce off the scoreboard, no chance at all to get Trey.
So back-to-back doubles for Santander. He's following up a solid series against the Braves where he was 3 for 8 with a couple of homers. 2 doubles tonight.
2 strikeouts for Austin Hayes tonight. And takes a strike here. Struck out looking in the first inning and swinging in the third. Misses at 95, a little extra on that one. The Yankees going for their 10th straight win tonight.
10th or 11th?
Is it 11? Yeah. They're on top in Atlanta, 4-2 Yankees in the 5th.
Yeah, a month ago the Yankees had like a 13% chance of making the playoffs. That has changed in the last month.
Hayes fights one off down the right field line, but foul.
had it here somewhere in my pile of notes. Yeah, the Yankees. No, you're right. The Yankees have won 10 in a row.
This would be 10, yeah. If they win tonight, it'd be
11, right? They've won 10.
10. This will be 11. Okay.
Yeah. They're 4 games behind the Rays.
Yeah, sitting in good shape for at least a wild card. Santander at second, nobody down. 1 run in the inning. Ball and 2 strikes to Austin. Center field. Marsh coming hard, can't get it. Pops up behind him, and everybody's safe. 2-bagger for Austin Hayes. Santander to third. Marsh gave it a dive. I couldn't tell when it popped up if it was behind him, but it was basically right where he was, so he didn't have to. He's lucky.
Yeah, Brandon Marsh just wide open coming to get this one, and just in front of him. And you're right. If you're going to lay out for a ball, you want to make sure you got your body in front. That ball looked like it hit his cleat, is what it hit. Santander not quite sure. Nobody out. You can't take off running unless you know for sure. So he ends up at third. Austin Hayes collects his 17th double of the year. And the Orioles here in the 5th. 3 base hits in a row.
So a couple out there for Ramon Urias, who doubled one in his last at bat. Has reached both times, walked in the second, double to right in the third. Ramon up to 271 on the batting average. Breaking ball way up high. .50 pitches for Guerra. Six extra base hits in the last 4 games, including 2 homers for Ramon, who swings and misses there, 1-1. Wentz up in the bullpen, the right-hander. His name rhymes with pants. Wentz.
Andrew.
There's a base hit. Urias has done it again. 1 run in. Austin Hayes gets the green light, and it's a 2 RBI base hit for Ramon Urias, who's driven in 3 in the game.
Well, there's another base hit. Runners in scoring position. Now Orioles now 3 for 8. This is why Ramon Urias continues to hit. The ability to use the whole field. Just a 2-seam fastball working its way back to the inside part of the plate, but the hands go first. There they are. The barrel follows it. They'll rifle out to right field. Santander trots home.
And Joe Madden has seen enough. So Guerra's out. Pitching change for the A's. Angels on top 13-5.
You didn't see me, but I was there. I've been part of every rivalry, every dynasty, every game, set, match. I've been on the backs of champions, smashed world records, and I was even there for your personal best. I am synthetic fabric, and I am made from crude oil.
Nerds! Have new money goals this year? NerdWallet can help make them happen. Like getting auto insurance to match your new 0-mile commute? We have tools for that. Want to refinance your mortgage and put those savings into the college fund? We have tips for that too. Or get a low-interest credit card for your long-awaited honeymoon? We can help you find the one. Credit card, that is. Discover and compare the smartest credit cards, mortgage lenders, and more on NerdWallet. For all your money questions, turn to the nerds.
far here in the bottom of the 5th. Guerra is out. Andrew Wentz is in. Working in his 7th game. The ERA very good, 3.2. And how about that? 13 strikeouts in only 8 1/3. Opponent's hitting just 167 off the right-hander, Andrew Wentz.
Well, it's been a pretty good inning so far for the Birds. 4 batters and 4 base hits. A couple of singles, a couple of doubles.
Yeah, big night for Santander. A couple of doubles and an RBI. And how about Rios? 2 for 2 night, 3 RBIs.
Like his approach, Ben, he hits a lot of balls to the right side.
Oh, that's why he got the average up where it is, and 3rd best on the team, batting average and runners in scoring position. He's been outstanding.
So now it's Pedro Severino's turn, 0 for 2. Struck out looking and bounced out with a little tapper in front of the plate. Lance in for strike 1. Third different trip with the Angels this year, just was recalled on Wednesday. Look out. Bat goes flying into the screen just above the Angels dugout. Glad the screen was there. That was coming in hot.
Seems like we've seen a lot of this lately. Pitcher's not using the sticky stuff anymore, and I don't think the hitters are either.
Yeah, he hung on for a long time and actually was behind him. 2-strike pitch. There's strike 3. He knew it. First out of the inning.
Really good slider here. Wanted it more on the outside part of the plate, but kind of starts at inner 3rd and ends up just on the outer 3rd.
That's made his major league debut on the 4th of July against the Orioles. By Jones looking for his first Oriole hit, fouls it back. Jones hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning and struck out looking in the 4th. Oriole RBIs, 3 for Arias, 1 for Hayes, and 1 for Mountcastle, who hit a solo homer in the 1st. Swings and misses. Pretty good breaking ball. Ball and 2 strikes. Lance ready with the 1-2 pitch. Down he goes. So back-to-back strikeouts. First Severino, now Jones looking, 2 down.
Yeah, Jones had this one above the strike zone. I think it was just about a ball above the strike zone. Lance gets the call, 4-seam fastball, elevated exactly where Stassi wanted it.
Number 9 hitter Jorge Mateo walked in the 2nd. Reached on an infield hit, play that was reviewed where he just used that elite speed of his to beat it out.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen over 31 feet per second sprint speed. That is flying.
Left side, and it's a base hit. Iglesias gets the glove on it, but nothing he can do with it.
Yeah, so 2 base hits for Santander, 2 for Urias, and now 2 for Jorge Mateo.
Here's Iglesias. Cedric 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts. Got a couple out there with 2 down. And he takes strike 1.
Well, Cedric just never complains. You know, that ball, strikes that are called balls, he just stays right with it.
Yeah, you're not going to see much emotion from Cedric, right? Good, bad, hard to tell looking at him. Center field, Marsh coming hard, and he gets there for the 3rd out. Mullins down, Orioles down, but they get 3 in the inning. It's 13-5.
Nerds. Have new money goals? NerdWallet can help you find the credit card to make them happen. Want to earn enough points for a weekend of fancy camping? We have options for that. Maybe have a better credit card than your older sister. We have comparison tools for that. Or find a card that lets you donate your cash back to food banks. We have tips for that too. From low rates to the best rewards, easily discover and compare the smartest credit cards. For all your money questions, turn to the nerds.
A lot can happen with a simple tell your story. Get people excited. To get connected, to share, and sell anywhere, and start making a different future. Start different at GoDaddy.com.
Join us tomorrow, Game 2 of this 3-game series with the Angels. Orioles haven't announced their starter for tomorrow. Shohei Ohtani will be on the hill for the Angels. Coverage on MASN begins at 6:30 with O's Extra, presented by FanDuel Sportsbook, followed by game coverage at 7 o'clock. We've got all the access you need right here on MASN.
Yeah, Ohtani, 8-1 on the season as a pitcher with a 2.8 ERA, 120 strikeouts, in just 100 innings pitched.
So you're saying he's pretty good?
He has been really good.
Get it up there, triple digits at times.
Yeah, you know, and he's one of those guys, if you watch him pitch, he'll kind of cruise along, kind of a little bit old school, you know, 90% max effort, but when he needs to, he can turn it up.
Speaking of turn it up, Brandon Marsh with his 3rd hit, the only time he's been retired, he hit it like 105 miles an hour, right? Hit a line drive to Jones.
And he has been first pitch hunting to like a changeup. Avad turns it over, but Marsh stays on it, hits it the other way.
It's not a good night to be a pitcher.
No, ERAs are going up, and so are batting averages tonight.
24 hits in this game, 18 runs. Joe Adell's been part of the party for the Angels. He's driven in 4. Ball on the strike. Left-hander Fernando Abad delivers Pop back and out of play. So Adele last year came up, top prospect, and just never fired. He hit 161, struck out 55 times and 124 at bats. And so he was sent down, started the year at Salt Lake, their AAA club, and was really swinging a hot bat when they brought him back.
Yeah, he was burning it up at Salt Lake City. Hitting right at 290, had 23 home runs. He got called up on August the 2nd.
So Dell is down on strikes. First out of the inning. Like he was reluctant to leave the box. I wondered what was happening. It's a slow go.
Yeah, just the curveball by Abad, and I don't know if he thought he got a piece of that one. Nice job by Pedro Severino to block it up and keep it in front.
I think Fielding Culbreth had to say, you have to go now. There's strike one to Lagares. 2 hits for him. And a 2-run homer in the second inning.
Yeah, it's been a complete effort. I mean, you look at the hits. You start with Iglesias in the 5-hole. 2 hits for him. Stassi has 2. Marsh has 2. Adele and Lagares each have 2.
Ball and a strike. It's a piece of that one, 1-2. Watkins started for the Orioles, lasted 2 innings plus, gave up 7 hits, 8 earned. And then Connor Wade came in an inning and a third, gave up 6 hits and 5 earned. We're down to Abad. He's pitched 2 innings, 3 hits, no runs. Abad ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. That misses at 92, 2-2.
Yeah, Abad showing a pretty good fastball, up to 94. Solid changeup, good breaking ball.
Two foul back. Marsh at first, led off the inning with a base hit. Adele struck out, and there's strike 3. Lagares is gone for out number 2.
Yeah, so back-to-back strikeouts. One gets Odell on that breaking ball. This one's that really good changeup, 73 miles an hour. Watch him turn this one over. And just paints it right on the outside part where Severino is set up. Just a perfect pitch with 2 strikes.
There's the deception of the speed, and then there's that location, right? That's a double whammy.
Yeah, that's a tough combination. I mean, fastball 93, 94, and you take 20 miles an hour off.
Ohtani 0 for 3 with an intentional walk. Struck out twice. Out on that one, swings and misses.
Yeah, Ohtani came in his career batting average against the Orioles when this game started only 184 with 1 home run. A little slider on the outside part. 0 for 3 tonight.
He's the only Angel hitter without a base hit. 2-1. Well, he's punished a lot of pitching this year. 40 homers, striven in 88.
Yeah, there's not many cheap home runs in there. When he gets them, he gets them.
3-1.
He's one of those guys you don't realize how big he is till you walk up to him. I mean, he's 6'4", maybe a shade more.
And then he can run with the best of them. He's stolen 19 bases. And that's ball 4.
Yeah, I mean, he's just one of those guys. When he steps on the field, he's one of the most athletic guys. He can throw it harder than anybody, just about hit it harder. And, of course, you mentioned the speed. Well above big league average sprint speed.
Well, like a lot of power hitters, he strikes out a lot. He came into this game with 149, so he's up to 151 strikeouts. 2 on, 2 down. And now it's David Fletcher. Fletcher 1 for 3. Marsh at second, Ohtani at first. Fletcher, extremely difficult to strike out, and puts the ball in play like that. Bounce to second.
Nice play.
Jones gets it over and gets the 3rd out. So Angels retired in the 6th. They're still on top 13-5.
A lot can happen with a simple tell your story. Get people excited. To get connected, to share, and sell anywhere, and start making a different future. Start different at GoDaddy.com.
Jim. Hey, Jim. You were known for your work ethic during your playing days. Now that you're an analyst at MLB Network, do you find that your days are easier?
Yo, Big Jim, you ready to do that hitting demo? Let's go, man.
Hey, Jim, here's the research packet for tonight's show. I'll see you on the set in 5.
Jim, why aren't you dressed? We're on in 2 minutes.
Maybe a little bit easier.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions on MLB Network.
Connection. It happened in the first inning. Ryan Mountcastle off of Dylan Bundy goes down and gets a breaking ball and hits his 22nd home run of the year. That now leads the Orioles. That powerful connection is presented by Xfinity.
The rookie has been pretty good with the stick. No question about that. Ryan Mountcastle is Rookie of the Month in June. Tore it up that month at 327 with 9 homers and drove in 26 runs. Had the 3-homer game in June at home against Toronto. Nixon breaking ball in for strike 1. Big cut there. 93 on the heater from Wentz.
Ryan Mountcastle now leads the Orioles in home runs and RBIs.
Yeah, in rookie rankings in the American League, he's 3rd in hits, was 2nd with the 21 homers, so he's added 1 there. 2nd in RBIs with 65. That's hit well deep right field, and it's in the flag court. His 2nd home run of the game. Ryan Mountcastle swinging a hot stick. Number 23.
Well, he's hunting that rookie record for home runs for the Orioles. That's what he wants. And off to a good start in this series. 23rd one of the year, right at 99 miles an hour, 358 feet. I mean, this is talent here. Breaking ball the first time he pulls it. This is a breaking ball kind of up and in and just inside out swing. He's not sure where the ball is when he hits it. He's kind of looking up. Did it go foul? Did it stay fair? Yeah, it stayed fair all right for a second home run of the game just on the flag court.
And you know who Annie Harper's favorite new player is?
Ryan Mountcastle.
Yeah, made her $1,000 tonight.
She's buying dinner.
Plus $500 for being selected. Congratulations to our Maryland lottery contestant. Way to go, Annie. Two-dong night for Ryan Mountcastle. Trey takes up high. Mancini with a walk and a base hit, 1 for 2. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2.
Yeah, Mountcastle, so far as the rookie rankings go, only behind Adolis Garcia with the Rangers in home runs and RBIs. Adolis came in with 27 home runs, 71 RBIs. Mountcastle 23 home runs now and 67 RBIs.
Yeah, and they're both going in opposite directions too. While Ryan's getting hot, Adolis Garcia has really hit the wall. He has really hit the wall. But his first half was so good. Look out. Going to peel, yeah, and they rule it a swing, so they'll have to throw down to first. And the throw is wide, and Trey Mancini will reach on the strikeout. He paused for a little bit, waiting to see the call, and then it was ruled a swing. He had to go, but Stassi had a long throw from way back.
Yeah, this will go down as a strikeout and an E2, I guess. I mean, it appears Stassi had plenty of time. This ball just gets by Stassi on a check swing. Mountcastle didn't think he swung, and when it was appealed, he had to run.
Could have been a pass ball,
yeah,
error,
Stassi,
whatever.
Stassi had plenty of time on the throw, but just made a bad throw.
It's a strikeout and an E2. Stassi charged with the error. Santander with a blast. Wow. Way back. 2-run shot out onto Utah Street. Don't go anywhere, folks. Oh, boy.
Well, you know, this is what you love about this team. And you know, you hate to see them lose. And it's going to take a small miracle, although they're on their way back on this one. But they just don't give up. You know, they just keep plugging away, And this was a bomb. 13th of the year, 109 off the bat, 443 feet by Santander. And that was loud. I mean, that was a loud one and a no-doubter. Watch this. A mistake fastball left right in the middle. You don't think he knew this? Watch Santander. I mean, he kind of watching this one. Make it out to Utah Street? I believe it did.
Everybody was running in that direction. That's all I saw. Fans.
Yeah, the gate was open, but I don't think it mattered. It cleared the gate anyway.
So it's 13-8 now. Orioles were down 13-2. They've scored the last 6 runs. Homers this inning from Mountcastle and Santander.
Yeah, Santander with 3 extra base hits tonight, 2 doubles and a homer.
So the strikeout that turned into a base runner turns into a run. Austin Hayes doubled his last at bat, 1 for 3.
And there's Austin Warren getting heated up in that Angel bullpen. And the game's a lot closer now.
Think back to that bases loaded 1-out inning, right? If they could have dumped a couple in that inning, and you're talking a 2-3-run game.
Well, the Orioles have scored 6 unanswered. 3 in the 5th, 3 so far here in the 6th with nobody out.
At 443 blast from Santander, not the Orioles' longest of the year. That belongs to Trey Mancini, who hit one 455 against the Nationals. Hayes spins out of the way. 3-1.
Well, this was a 13-2 game going into the 5th inning.
There's nobody out in this inning. Hayes ahead in the count, 3 balls and a strike. Count full. And down on strikes goes Austin Hayes, out number 1. Third time he's been punched out tonight. And here comes Joe Madden. Looks like go to the bullpen.
3-2 count. You think you get in that fastball, but instead Wentz just spins that breaking ball, kind of a get me over breaking ball, and Austin Hayes knew it.
So the Angels back to the bullpen. They're on top. A little tighter now, 13-8.
This question is for Carlos Pena. Carlos, for the record, where did your signature term, placata, come from?
Placata is just an expression my brothers and I used when we were kids. It means good, solid contact, usually resulting in a home run.
Placata!
So, if you go deep, it means you just went placata.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions, only on MLB Network.
Placata!
Hey kids, MLB Network has a show just for you.
With pro tips and tricks to up your game.
And all the big news on your favorite players.
So join baseball's biggest stars on Play Ball.
Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
Two of which were earned. And the third Angels reliever and Austin Warren in the game. He's been really good this year. In 10 games, a 1.8 ERA, 1-for-1 in save opportunities, 15 innings pitched. Very good strikeout to walk ratio. 14 strikeouts, only 3 walks. An opponent's batting average 196 against the right-hander Austin Warren.
So 3 runs in the inning, 1 down, and Ramon Arias comes to the plate. He's reached all 3 times tonight, driven in 3 runs, walked his first time up, doubled in the 3rd inning, and singled in the 5th. Average up to 275. Takes strike 1. Foul back. Note on Anthony Santander with the 2 homers and the double, 10 total bases. That's just the 2nd time in his career he's had 3 multi-hits in the same game. Yeah, he's starting to look like the guy we saw last year, Ben, when he was one of the top hitters in the league.
Well, he had 2 homers in the Braves series, too. 3 base hits in that one. 2 of them were home runs, so long ball starting to work. Extra base hits. And you're right, this is the guy who was in the MVP conversation last year before the oblique injury.
Ball and 2 strikes, and down on strikes goes Arias, out number 2.
Yeah, really good breaking ball by Austin Warren. Kind of sweeps that slider from pretty much the middle part of the plate just off. There's a really good look at the dot. Works it down and away from Arias.
back out of play. Line drive, base hit into the corner and right. Severino cruises in with a stand-up double.
How about that swing? 12th double of the year for Pedro Severino. Another guy that's been picking it up. You mentioned it since the All-Star break. He has been really hot compared to what he did in the first half. And that's a nice swing, a nice and balanced swing. Just rifles it down the right field line. The Orioles are getting in on the hit parade too now. 12 hits for the Orioles, 16 for the Angels.
Aren't you glad you're not pitching tonight?
Yes, tonight is not one of those nights you want to be on the bump.
"21 runs scored in the game, 28 hits. By the way, Ryan Mountcastle, his second multi-homer game of the year, had the 3-homer game against the Blue Jays earlier.
And we're getting word Anthony Santander's home run traveled 443, the longest of his career.
That was smash.
Yeah, he stretched that one out.
Jones takes strike one. Hasn't had a ball in play tonight. Got hit his first time up and then is struck out looking.
Yeah, he would love to pick up his first Oriole hit right about now.
Breaking ball misses. Ball and strike. DJ Stewart in the on-deck circle. Looks like he would pinch hit for Jorge Mateo. That's a strike.
Well, these calls didn't matter a couple innings ago, you know, but they're starting to matter now because the game has gotten a lot tighter.
Yeah, it was looked like it was in. Pretty good movement. One-two on the way. 2-2. 2 homers in the inning. Mountcastle hit a solo homer to lead it off, and then after Mancini reached on a strikeout, Santander hit the 443-foot bomb. Now the count's full. Time called. Severino at second, 2 down. Full count pitch to Jahmai Jones. And he got him looking for the 3rd time.
Yeah, but the Orioles put a 3-spot on the scoreboard. Ryan Mountcastle got it going with his 23rd home run of the year. Another breaking ball. This time he hit it out the opposite field to right field. And then following suit, Anthony Santander, 443 feet for his 13th home run of the year. We got a ball game, 13-8. Angels up.
Soy Miggy, el sacero que da la pelea. Demostrando que los peloteros se la crean. Representando la vieja escuela. Aparte de jugar, escribimos candela. Lanza tu mejor rima, que de los tigres la batea. El que no se acuesta cuando rumbea.
What an awesome sight.
Nacido y
Take
criado
that
en
curtain
Venezuela. Vengo de barrio humilde llamado La Pedrera. Aquí hay más talento.
Weekdays, take Take a pregame trip around the league. See batting practice, fielding drills, player interviews, and expert analysis.
He gets it there, and then from here he goes, bam!
Get exclusive access only on The Rundown. Weekdays only on MLB Network.
To 8, the Orioles have scored 6 unanswered runs and a couple of defensive changes for the Orioles. Kelvin Gutierrez, he's at third base now, and Ramon Arias, who was at third, moves over to short with Jorge Mateo out of the game. We saw DJ Stewart looked like he was ready to pinch hit for Mateo.
Yeah, Mateo 2 for 2 on the night, so you hope nothing's going on physically with him.
Phil Gosselin to lead it off for the Angels in the 7th. Gosselin, Walsh, and Iglesias. Bod's done a nice job out of the bullpen, just trying to keep this thing in reach.
Oh, he has. I mean, 2 2/3, 3 hits, has not allowed a run, only walked 1, struck out 3 to this point, and can't make a comeback unless your relievers are doing a job, and right now Abad has been doing it.
Bounce foul. Now the third base coach, Brian Butterfield. Abad also eating up some innings that maybe that bullpen doesn't have to cover. With first 2 pitchers only went 3 1/3 innings between Watkins and Wade. Up the middle, Jones with a strong arm, 1 down.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Jones, you know, we're hearing him. He's trying to get used to second base. Defense has not been great. That's why they kept him down a little bit longer. He continues to work, but he's been a couple nice plays here in the last couple innings. These are not easy plays.
Turned a nice double play earlier.
Had to come get this one. Quickly gets to it, transfers it. A nice arm, as you mentioned. Accurate across the diamond to Mountcastle.
All right, we did get word on Mateo left the game with lower back discomfort, so hope that's nothing too serious. Here's Jared Walsh. Bounce to second. Jones bobbles, comes up with it, and then the throw is wide. Not sure he would have had him anyway, so Walsh reaches.
Well, just when you talk about the defense, right? I mean, and not one of the more difficult plays he's made tonight. Ball was hit hard by Walsh.
And then it looked like he tried to hurry once, yeah.
I mean, positioned perfectly in the shift, playing short right field. The ball just hits right in the heel of the glove, and when he can't come up with it, had to hurry it up. But you're right. Once he bobbled it, I don't think he gets Walsh anyway.
Walsh aboard on the air. Here's Jose Iglesias. Double and a single for him. Lined out to center his last at bat. He may not hit a ton of home runs, but he hits a lot of baseballs hard.
Well, it's a flat swing. You know, he doesn't have one of those bottom to top swings. If you watch his swing, it's a kind of swing that's pretty flat, and so it creates a lot of line drives.
One hopper to third. Gutierrez to second for 1. Jones on to first. Not in time. 2 down. So Iglesias reaches on a fielder's choice. The ball will find you, right?
Yeah.
Kelvin Gutierrez just got into the game.
Sitting on the bench for 6 or 7 innings, and all of a sudden you get a rocket right to you. But a nice job, Gutierrez. little bit low in the fee, but it wouldn't have mattered. Iglesias healthy this year, really getting down the line, and Brandon Hyde is out. A nice pat on the shoulder. Abad does a very nice job for the Orioles. Gave the Orioles a chance, and a chance they have. 13-8 here. We're in the top of the 7th inning.
This question is for Carlos Pena. Carlos, for the record, where did your signature term, placata, come from?
Placata is just an expression my brothers and I used when we were kids. It means good, solid contact, usually resulting in a home run.
Placata.
So if you go deep, it means you just went placata.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions. Only on MLB Network.
Placata.
The ballpark is better when we're all here together. COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective. Join the team and help us all get back to doing what we love together.
He was solid 3 innings of shutout baseball to this point. Marcus Duplan, who's been one of the pleasant surprises here as of late. In 7 games he's worked 11 innings. He has not allowed an earned run, struck out 11, only walked 3. See the opponent's batting average, a really solid 0.56 for the right-hander Marcos Duplan.
And 2 hits in 11 innings. That's getting it done, isn't it?
That'll do it. And he's been good. I mean, the fastball's been constantly ticking up. We've seen it up to 96.
And he's a strike thrower, too.
Breaking ball, changeup. You talk about a young man that's taking advantage of his opportunities. Got called up not too long ago, and he has not disappointed.
He'll face Max Stassi. And it's strike 1. Yeah, Abad did his job. Zeros on the scoreboard and chewed up 3 1/3.
Yeah, shutout baseball, and you're right. Gave him some length.
And Duplan ahead 2 strikes to Stassi. Stassi a single, a double, was hit by a pitch, and last time up bounced into a double play. Duplan, 6th pitcher in Oriole history to not allow an earned run in any of his first 7 outings. Last one was Donnie Hart as the club record, 18 straight appearances without allowing an earned run. That was in 2016. Duplan thought he had him.
Yeah, he was headed back to the dugout. And we have seen this pitch called tonight. Good fastball, 0-2 count, just above the zone.
Iglesias at first, 2 down, a ball and 2 strikes. And he threw it by him, 92 miles an hour. Stassi down on strikes.
Marcus Duplan coming in doing his thing. He has been good all year long. Gets a punch out. We go to the bottom of the 7th.
Hi, I'm Bo Bichette, and you can catch me making great plays on MLB Tonight.
Another great defensive play.
And I'm Harold Reynolds, and you can catch me breaking down those great plays on MLB Tonight.
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
Some young fans watching some bats booming here tonight. 21 runs, 28 hits, bunch of home runs.
Yeah.
With the good news is the Orioles have outscored the Angels 6-0 over the last couple of innings. The bad news is they were in a 13-2 hole after the fourth inning. Elvin Gutierrez, first at bat for him, fouls one back. Strike one.
Yeah, if you like offense, you are watching and came to the right game for sure.
Gutierrez in Mateo's spot. He got out with a cranky back. Now it's 2 strikes. Mayfield now third base for the Angels, replacing Goslin. That's foul back. Jack Mayfield, third base. Tightening up the defense maybe a little. Joe Madden, ball and 2 strikes. And down goes Gutierrez. Well, since the Santander homer, 4 of the last 5 Orioles have struck out with only Severino's double in there.
Yeah, the Orioles have collected some base hits, scored some runs, but have struck out a lot so far tonight. It's 14 strikeouts for the Orioles so far.
Ball 1 to Cedric Mullins. Cedric 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts. Fouls that back. Yankees looking for their 11th straight win. Lead the Braves 5-3. That one in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Well, that's 2 hot teams going at it. How about the turn? I mean, the Braves turnaround has been equal to the kind of what the Yankees turnaround has been.
And they lose Acuna and do what they're doing.
Figure
right?
that out.
But they added some nice pieces too.
Well, Austin Riley's having an unbelievable. Their young
hot.
third baseman. You know, he's defensively. I mean, I saw a couple of plays that he made, a couple of the end of ball game against the Orioles, and that's always kind of been his weak spot, his defense. But he shored that up with a lot of work, and offensively, look, he is having a monster year.
Cedric takes a ball, 3-1. Tampa leads the Phils 3-1. That's in the bottom of the ninth. The White Sox lead the Blue Jays 5-1, also in the bottom half of the ninth. And Mullins draws a walk. So Orioles with the leadoff, a one-out walk here in the seventh. Mullins' first time he's reached in the game. Talking about the top of the East, Tampa started the day 4 games ahead of the Yankees. Boston was 6.5 back, and Toronto's fallen 11 back at 65 and 58. And here comes Joe Madden, going to have another pitching change.
Yeah, it's such a tough division, the AL East, you know, and it's the only division in baseball where 4 of the 5 teams are above 500. And that's another reason why, you know, if you're sitting at home, you talk about the rebuild. A rebuild in the AL East is not the same as a rebuild in like the AL Central. It's just not the same.
New pitcher coming out for the Angels. They lead at 13-8.
Miguel bate, Soy Miggy, el sacero que da la pelea, demostrando que los peloteros se la crean, representando la vieja escuela.
Future Hall of Famer, sir. Consider yourself honored.
Lanza tu mejor rima, que de los tigres la batea, el que no se acuesta cuando rumbea.
What an awesome sight.
Take that curtain call. Vengo de barrio humilde llamado La Pedrera, aquí hay más talento.
Mr. Smoke.
You, go ahead.
Since signing with MLB Network, you've been very busy. You've done pitching demos, game analysis, and color commentary for live games. How are you able to juggle so many roles as an analyst?
It just comes naturally, I guess.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions, only on MLB Network.
That's why he's a Hall of Famer.
Almost full. I mean, crazy things happen on a full moon.
Yeah?
Yes.
Like crazy comebacks?
Just all, crazy comebacks, all kind of crazy. I don't know if it's quite full, but it's close enough. And Steve Cishek is in those 59 appearances, the 4th most in Major League Baseball. He has been busy. Very good ERA, 3.4. 53 innings pitched, 49 strikeouts. Now, walks can be an issue from time to time. 32 walks and 49 innings pitched, but don't hit him very well. Opponent's batting average, only .236 against the right-hander, Steve Cishek.
And Ryan Mountcastle, riding a 2-homer night, steps in and takes strike 1. 23 on the year for Ryan. Both tonight solo homers. So solo homer in the first, and then led off the 6th inning with home run number 23.
Well, here's what he did in the 6th inning, and it was his 2nd home run of the night, the 23rd of the year. Just a breaking ball, believe it or not, kind of up in the end, but he inside outs it and so strong, just enough to get it over the fence. And the youngster just keeps on hitting.
Jeez. Shaq slings it wide. Ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's a tough customer. I mean, 6'6". When he drops down like he does right there, especially righty on righty, it's a difficult at bat.
Mullins at first, 1 down.
Looks like Mullins is thinking about it.
Line drive right into the glove of Iglesias, and Mullins does a good job to get back to avoid the double play. Man, he hit it on the nose.
Yeah, and believe it or not, that's the hardest hit ball of the night, and that's baseball for you. 110 off the bat, harder than any one of his 2 home runs. And this one results in an out. Jose Iglesias right there. Watch Cedric shuffle. Oh, put the brakes on.
Trey with a base hit and a walk. 1 for 3. It's the sidearm delivery in for strike 1. Orioles have 12 hits. That misses. Mountcastle with the 2 homers. Santander has 3 hits and a home run. Arias 2 hits and 3 runs driven in. And Mateo was 2 for 2 when he left when his back acted up. Two balls and a strike.
Yeah, and 8 of the 12 base hits for the Orioles are extra base hits as well.
Orioles have stranded 9.
Stranded 9, but been better. Better with runners in scoring position. 3 for 10 at this point. That's much better than what they have been.
Three balls and a strike. Good cut. Fouled it straight back. 3-2. To the right side. Fletcher up with it. Trey's out number 3. Orioles retired in the 7th. We are headed to the 8th. The Angels up 5.
Jim. Hey, Jim. You were known for your work ethic during your playing days. Now that you're an analyst at MLB Network, do you find that your days are easier?
Yo, Big Jim, you ready to do that hitting demo? Let's go, man.
Hey, Jim, here's a research packet for tonight's show. I'll see you on the set in 5.
Jim, why aren't you dressed? We're on in 2 minutes.
Maybe a little bit easier.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions on MLB Network.
Hey kids, MLB Network has a show just for you.
With pro tips and tricks to up your game.
And all the big news on your favorite players.
So join baseball's biggest stars on Play Ball.
Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Orioles and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles.
I think she did that right after Santander hit that ball 443 feet.
The old
That's what
jaw
it was,
dropped, right? Well, a pretty good night for this guy. Brandon Marsh has 3 hits. And his only out was a screaming line drive to second base. Gutierrez backs up at third. He was in on the grass. Swung on and missed. 0-2.
Or Duplan is just a strike thrower. And it's 3 different pitches. Breaking ball, changeup, fastball.
A little pause for the cause, right? And there's another hit. That's 4 of them for the rookie Brandon Marsh. 4 singles.
4 for 4 tonight. How about that one? Hardest hit one of the bunch there, 105. A little pause didn't mess up his timing at all. He has been on time on everything so far tonight.
3 of his 4 base hits, Ben, he went the other way, like this one. Used the whole field. Two hits and 4 RBIs for Joe Adele. Take strike 1. I think the future for Marsh and Adele, they probably won't be hitting 7, 8 in the order in a couple of years.
No, I mean, and look, we said this about this lineup is not hurting for stars. I mean, they have stars everywhere. A couple of them, of course, out right now with injuries. But the question for the Angels and how are they going to take the next step and be a playoff contending team every year? And that's going to be pitching. Can they develop pitching, or do they go out and spend some money and get them a couple of starters? Because that's really all this team needs at this point.
Yeah, they're 12 of 15 teams in the American League. ERA this year, team ERA is 4.7.
And they got, Iglesias, Raisel Iglesias is one of the better closers in baseball. They got the back end covered. And some good pieces in the bullpen, and if you missed it earlier, that's what we talked about in the draft this year. They took all pitchers.
20 rounds, 20 pitchers. Pedro a little hop out of that thing.
Yeah, but with a nice block. And Severino can do it. He can keep balls in front. Just every now and then, I think he just loses focus from time to time, and balls tend to get by him. But he has shown the ability to do that. But catcher's one of those positions, you can't take a pitch off. You never can take a pitch off.
Deplan blows it by him at 93. Adele down on strikes.
Deplan can slow you down with that breaking ball and change up, and he can speed you up. And this fastball, 93, just above the zone.
Struck out 2 of the 3 batters he's faced, and now Juan Lagares. 2 hits, 3 RBIs for him. Homered in the 2nd inning. Misses at 93, ball 1. The AL West, probably the most competitive of the divisions. Come down the stretch. Astros 3.5 up on Oakland, 5.5 up on Seattle. Seattle's been surprising. They're 10 games over 400, 68 and 58. The White Sox up 9 on Cleveland. National League East, Braves up 4.5 on the Phillies, 6.5 on the Mets. Milwaukee 7.5 up on Cincinnati.
Boy, the Mets have tumbled, hadn't they?
They have, yeah. That is a foul ball.
Of course, DeGrom, the best pitcher on the planet's been out for a while. That always hurts.
That doesn't help you. And the Phils, they've been inconsistent, but they're only 4.5 back.
Yeah, they're there.
Have a good month of September, you could steal one. Although I think Atlanta pretty solid.
Yeah, the way Atlanta's playing right now offensively, Freddie Freeman, and we mentioned Austin Riley and others. Swanson's having a career year.
Well, Albies has been terrific.
Soler.
Up the middle, backhanded by Jones. The flip, did he get him? Wow, a little magic out there.
Boy, that was nice. I mean, call safe. The call to field is safe.
Only way he had a chance to get him.
Yeah, just a ball hit right back up the middle. But how about that? Just a little glove. And
Arias was maybe I guess he gets there. Wouldn't have mattered if he was on the bag. He could have stretched back a little bit.
That goes with your way, right?
I'm going to take a look.
Here we go. Let's take a look. Just a little glove flip by Jones. Does the foot. Boy, hard to tell there.
Beat it at first, but not by much.
Oh, he may be out.
Definitely safe at first.
Definitely, yeah, no doubt about first. Marsh goes sliding in.
But first is part of the review because we heard him say, we've got safe at second and safe at first.
Well, there's your athleticism. Jahmai Jones over to Arias.
Brandon Hyde awaits the decision. Verdict.
Yes, sir.
Okay, out at second base, safe at first base. So Garris reaches on the fielder's choice, and Marsh retired.
And that's that's an outstanding defensive play between those two middle infielder Jones and Arias.
Or 6 on the put out, 2 down. And here's Ohtani. He'll be on the mound tomorrow, at the plate tonight.
Yeah, he'll be on the mound and at the plate tomorrow.
At the plate as well, you're right. He's the full show.
Showtime.
Taps that one foul. Been a quiet night at the dish for him with all the hits and runs the Angels have put up. 13 runs, 17 hits. Ohtani, 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, let's hope
couple of walks.
Let's hope it's quiet for one more at bat tonight.
Oriole shifted around to the pull side. Line drive, base hit. Santander up with it. Garris holds at second. 2 on with 2 down.
Trying to get that fastball in the inside part of the play, but look at it leaking back over and just kind of middle. And Ohtani, as big as he is and as long as he is, the hands are really quick. Gets the barrel to it.
Well, the last of the Angel hitters to record a base hit.
Yeah, so everybody's got at least one now.
Have 7 guys with multiple hits. And this guy leads the league in hits. Fletcher 1 for 5.
Yeah, top 10 in the league in batting average. Leads the league in hits. Doesn't hit many home runs, only 2. But he also doesn't strike out much.
And he'll jump on that high fastball. He'll go out of the zone, but get bat on it. And he's got another base hit up the middle. He'll get him an RBI as well. Mullins bobbles it, and that allows Ohtani to advance to third. So I think there'll be an error on Cedric there, allowing Ohtani, who had stopped at second, to move up a bag.
Boy, David Fletcher just keeps on hitting. Second hit of the night, second RBI, the first run that the Angels have scored since the 4th inning. Breaking ball just kind of sits right in the middle of the plate. He leans over, hits it right back up the middle. No doubt one run's going to score. And right there, Cedric Mullins looked up for a split second. Watch him look. See the head starting to come up just enough. When the head comes up, so does the glove.
Jack Mayfield, his first at bat, he replaced Phil Gosselin. Mayfield in his first year with the Angels, Career high 7 homers for him. Has 7 homers, but he's twice homered in back-to-back games, so it gets him in bunches.
So that's going to be the first earned run of the year for Marcus.
That's right.
Marcos Duplan, yep.
Right field, Santander is there, makes the grab to end the inning. Angels add a run, they're on top 14-8.
Everywhere you go, everything you do, you can always take the game with you. And you can bring your friends.
If these walls could talk, they'd speak of legacies that live on forever. Now, they welcome the incoming Hall of Fame class at the 2021 Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Live coverage begins September 8th at noon Eastern on MLB Network and MLB.com.
Jim. Hey, Jim. You were known for your work ethic during your playing days. Now that you're an analyst at MLB Network, do you find that your days are easier?
Yo, Big Jim, you ready to do that hitting demo? Let's go, man.
Hey, Jim, here's the research packet for tonight's show. I'll see you on the set in 5.
Jim, why aren't you dressed? We're on in 2 minutes.
Maybe a little bit easier.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions on MLB Network.
As we enter the home half of the 8th inning, a whole bunch of hitting and not much pitching in this one. Both sides ripping the baseball, the tune of 31 hits in the game. For the Orioles in the 8th inning, it'll be Anthony Santander, Austin Hayes, and Ramon Arias. Anthony, 3 extra base hits, a homer, and 2 doubles in this one. His last at bat hit one .443 out toward Utah Street. That's off the plate for a ball, 1-1. Look out. Down in his kitchen there. Two balls and a strike. Swung on and missed, 2-2.
Boy, he took a cut at that one, too. I'd say he's feeling pretty good. 3-hit night.
Cishek 2-2. Hop back out of play.
Well, here's Anthony Santander's 13th home run of the year, 38th RBI. Elevated fastball. This was a no-doubter all the way out to Utah Street. 443 feet away, the longest home run of Anthony Santander's career.
Popped up right side. That's out of play. And the count stays at 2-2. Now, Ohtani on the mound for the Angels tomorrow. Brandon Hyde was asked about his starter before the game and said we'll see what happens tonight. Could be a bullpen day. That one ripped foul. As if the Orioles decide to approach it that way, Chris Ellis would be a possibility. I think he threw 4 innings against the Orioles before they claimed him off waivers from Tampa. Look out, Ben. One coming back this way. Got to make sure you're not looking down at your scorecard or something.
Well, when you see it,
take one between the eyes.
See them on the screen because we are in the fly zone here, but not very often, but occasionally.
A number of years ago at the old Tiger Stadium, Ernie Harwell, the legendary broadcaster, he hung out right. I mean, it was as close as you could get his press box, and Ernie had chicken wire over to protect him because I mean they come smoking there. There's another base hit for Anthony Santander. 4th hit of the game for Anthony. What a night.
Talk about have a night, huh? Hands stinging a little bit on that one because he gets his ball right off the end of the bat. Just a 2-seam fastball running away from him. You can see right away it stings the hand, but it doesn't hurt nearly as bad when you get a base hit out of it.
In April, it would feel a little different, though. Four hits, 3 RBIs, a home run. Pretty full night's work for Anthony Santander. Austin Hayes has a double and 3 strikeouts. Takes a ball. Fouled out of play on the right side. In for a strike. And down he goes. Out number 1. 4 strikeouts for Austin Hayes. Tough night for him.
Yeah. There's that good sinking fastball, 2-seam fastball just below the zone. A lot of strikeouts tonight for the Orioles. That's 15 now.
Santander, first 4-hit game for him of the season. The Orioles have had 3 other 4-hit games. Mancini, Mountcastle, Mullins, and then Cedric Mullins has had 2 5-hit games. The only player in the major leagues this year with 2 5-hit games, Cedric Mullins. There's another, just foul. Thought he had his 3rd hit of the game. Ramon Arias with a double, a single, and a walk.
Yeah, every Oriole has reached base, so every Angel starter picked up a base hit. Now every Oriole has at least reached base.
It is one of those nights.
It has been an offensive night.
A whole bunch of traffic out there. There's Santander with his leadoff first. It's a ball, 1-2.
Field it down. Down.
Cishek, the 4th pitcher for the Angels. Bundy only lasted an inning, the 3rd. That's a ball. Guerra came next. He went 2 1/3. Wants an inning and a third. Warren an inning, and now Cishek.
Yeah, but that's the first time in Dylan Bundy's career he's gone an inning and a third. Well, maybe not an inning and a third, but just giving up 1 hit and been taken out of a ball game on 1 hit.
Swung on and missed. Maria's down on strikes for out number 2.
Joe Madden out again. Looks like he's going to make another pitching change. Same exact pitch. They struck out Austin Hayes. Gets Arias too. Good 2-seam fastball from that sidearm slot. A lot of sink, a lot of run to it.
Angels on top. Orioles have struck out 16 times in this game.
Miss the games? Quick Pitch has your back with all the plays from today that'll be talked about tomorrow on baseball's fastest hour of highlights and previews. MLB Network's Quick Pitch. Late nights and every morning. Only on MLB Network.
Miguel bate, jate, mate. Miguel bate, jate, mate.
Soy Miggy, el sacero que da la pelea.
Carry
que los peloteros se la crean. Representando la vieja escuela.
Future Hall of Famer, sir. Consider yourself honored.
Lanza tu mejor rima, que de los tigres la batea. El que no se acuesta cuando rumbea.
What an awesome sight.
Take that curtain call. Vengo de barrio humilde llamado La Pedrera. Aquí hay más talento.
Out, he'll give way to the closer for the Angels, Raisel Iglesias. You talk about a good one. 52nd appearance of the year this will be. 7 wins out of the bullpen, 27 saves out of 32 chances. And how about the strikeout to walk ratio? Unbelievable. 85 punch outs, only 9 walks. Opponents are hitting just 199 off the right-hander Raisel Iglesias.
You give me that 85-9 ratio, you don't have to tell me much more. You know. Yeah, that's some nasty stuff.
And it's some big-time stuff.
So 2 down. Santander led off the inning with a single, still down at first. And this is Severino. Takes a ball. Pedro doubled his last at bat.
Iglesias named the AL reliever of the month in the month of July. 3-1 record, 7 saves, and an ERA of 1.9. Boy, he can give you multiple innings too. He'll look like he's going to probably do it here. At the last out of the 8th.
Hard down to third. Mayfield gloves it, gets the force at second, and that ends the Oriole 8th. We're heading to the 9th. Angels on top by 6.
Jim. Hey, Jim. You were known for your work ethic during your playing days. Now that you're an analyst at MLB Network, do you find that your days are easier?
Yo, Big Jim, you ready to do that hitting demo? Let's go, man.
Hey, Jim, here's a research packet for tonight's show. I'll see you on the set in 5.
Jim, why aren't you dressed? We're on in 2 minutes.
Maybe a little bit easier.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions on MLB Network.
Everywhere you go, everything you do, you can always take the game with you. And you can bring your friends.
like pitchers' duels, you came to the wrong place tonight. It has been a lot of offense at Camden Yards, and after this one, we'll have O's Extra Post Game presented by PNC Bank. We will break down the outing for Spenser, Watkins, plus what a night for Anthony Santander. We will hear from the skipper, Brandon Hyde, and we're hoping to get an update on Jorge Mateo, who left the game with a lower back injury. But right now, let's send it back to Scott Garceau and Ben McDonald.
Thank you, Brett Hollander. We got the left-hander, Paul Fry. He's been bouncing back a little bit, Ben, after he went through a rough stretch.
Yeah, I mean, trying to get the feel for the breaking ball and get his control back a little bit. It'd be his 51st game of the year. The ERA has really jumped up from what it was in the first half. 2 for 4 in save opportunities. Still 58 strikeouts, 32 walks. Opponents are hitting .208 off the left-hander, Paul Fry.
Angels ninth, it'll be Jared Walsh, Jose Iglesias, and Max Stassi. They are scheduled. A couple of hits and a walk for Walsh in this one.
Okay.
Two balls, no strikes. Walsh selected for his first All-Star game this year. Came off the IL earlier this month, missed 15 games with an intercostal strain. East Coast or West Coast, Ben?
Sound like intercoast. I think that's like a rib, something in between your ribs or something.
Oblique-ish?
I think the oblique is maybe a little
more
bit
on the side,
lower.
right? Okay.
I did that one year. I asked the doc. He said, "You tore your oblique." I said, "What's that, doc?" He said, "Your love handle." I said, "Oh, I know what that is."
Now you're talking my language.
Yeah, now
right?
I get it now.
Yeah.
I said, "Keep it simple, doc."
Walsh has 4 multi-homer games this year.
Yeah, he's not had quite the power that he showed early. We went back and looked. I mean, the last time the Orioles played the Angels some time ago, he had 20 home runs then. I saw he spent some time on the IL with that injury you're talking about, but still, power numbers have kind of slowed down, but still have an outstanding year. I mean,
he was 7th last year in Rookie of the Year voting, and he came up, he did a lot of that in the second half. 9 homers in September. That was the 3rd most in Angels history for a month, not just by a rookie, any player. Little tapper back to Fry. The underhand flip for the out. Download the MLB app to get in-game video highlights, live pitch-by-pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboards, and more for your Baltimore Orioles. Iglesias takes ball 1. That misses. 2-0.
Yeah, you get the feeling Paul Fry is really close to getting back to where he was. His misses are becoming smaller. Still missing, still not getting ahead like he wants to or as much as he wants to. But I feel like the breaking ball is really close to getting it back.
That's a strike. 2-1. Yeah, last year, just talked about Iglesias' year earlier, led the club in average, doubles, OPS 956. 17 doubles, were 2nd best in the American League last year. And he hit .476 with runners on base.
Yeah, remember, he ended up hitting in the 2-hole to 3-hole a lot. I mean, I think he was picked up with the idea of playing defense, and knew offensively he was okay. But I don't think anybody was expecting him to be as good as he was for the Orioles from an offensive standpoint. Ended up moving up the batting order and really sitting in the 3-hole for a lot of the year.
.421 with runners in scoring position. And there's ball 4. So a 1-out walk sends Iglesias to first, and Max Stassi to the plate. 22 runs, 32 hits. Throw in 3 errors. Stassi with a big swing and a miss. Single and a double for him, was also hit by a pitch. Fry breaking ball fouled off.
Well, even if the Orioles don't come back and win this game, they accomplished one thing, and well, 2 things actually. They got a lot of confidence going on offense because they did score some runs and get some hits. But more important than that, they made the Angels use some of their important relievers because they kept plugging away, and so that could play well the next 2 games of this series. You know, you got Iglesias in the ball game. Some of your other guys you get in the ball game.
Stassi down on strikes, 2 down.
Here's the good slider by Paul Fry, and that's the one we're used to seeing. And he can sweep it all the way across the zone. He places that one perfectly. It's in the zone. It's out of the zone. So slider's been a little bit sharper, a little bit more consistent.
So Fry gave up a homer to Brett Phillips on August 16th. That snapped his streak of 48 in the 3rd innings without a home run. Brandon Marsh had a little business inside, moved him around. Need to move his feet. He's been moving his feet around the bases all night. 4-hit night for him.
I don't believe he's going to be shaving that beard anytime soon.
Look out into the screen. Four for 5, has scored 2 runs, driven in 2 more. Tapper, that's foul. Mountcastle grabs it. A ball and 2 strikes. 2 down in the Angels' 9th. For the Orioles in the 9th, it'll be 8, 9, and 1 in the order. Two and 2. And he got him on strikes. So down goes Marsh. Back-to-back strikeouts for Paul Fry.
There's the Paul Fry you want to see right there. A wipeout slider. Nice job. He gets Marsh. Orioles need some runs.
Hey, Harold, how do you prepare for a big show?
Well, I just try to stay positive. Take it one show at a time and treat it just like any other show.
How do you feel about the other analysts you work with?
It's a great group of guys. We're all on the same page. I'm just happy to be here.
What's your prediction for the season?
We'll see what happens. It all comes down to execution in the studio.
The pro player answers. He's still got it.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions on MLB Network.
To the track, to the wall. He made the catch.
Catch your team.
Oh, what a play.
My team.
He leaps and makes the catch.
Every team.
As good as it gets. Only on MLB Network.
Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Royal Farms. Real fresh, real fast. Orioles 9th inning to lead it off. Jahmai Jones hit by a pitch and is struck out 3 times. Popped up right side. Walsh in foul territory, grabs it for out number 1. Kelvin Gutierrez steps in. Struck out in the 7th inning. Most of those numbers you see at the bottom came with the Royals, started there this year. Iglesias misses, ball 1. Strike. This is his 9th game as an Oriole. Had 7 starts at third base. Takes the ball there. Gutierrez, 38 games with the Royals this year. 34 starts at third base and 1 at first base. Swings and misses, 2-2.
Boy, Iglesias is so tough. Not only is the stuff good, but you'll watch him. He'll move that arm slide around too. He'll drop down a little bit more.
Right? Yeah.
So a fastball that can get up to 98, slider, changeup. He's got them all, but he's got different arm angles too.
Pops it at 98 right there.
Yeah, he thought he had strike 3. He was walking around the mound. And this one has been called. Just about a ball, maybe 2 off the outside corner.
And down he goes. Oh, wait a minute.
Might have been a foul too.
Yeah, he got a piece of it.
And it's not just all fastballs. 3-2 count.
Right off the mask of home plate umpire Fielding Culbreth. Ouch. Off the leg. And grabbed by Walsh, who gets the out. Iglesias kind of gestures at Gutierrez.
Yeah, that ball was stung right back up the middle. This was a fastball.
He got him on the heel.
Yeah, the right heel. He's letting everybody know he's okay.
Sixth time Cedric Mullins has been up in this game. Reached down to walk his last at bat. 0 for 4. Ball and a strike. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Cedric scuffling a bit right now, but leads the Orioles in almost every category. Just dropped out of the lead in home runs, but WAR, extra base hits, average, on base, slugging, OPS, doubles, triples, stolen bases. He's done it all. Walks.
Boy, is he. That's the reason why he was an all-star, you know, and it's just, you know, and look no further than he's just starting to expand the zone a little bit more than what he has all year. And that's where your struggles begin, when you start to chase balls, just like the second one he swung at there. Ball just out of the zone. Normally the ball he swings at a whole lot.
Popped up. Grabbed out in left field, and that will do it. Angels scored early and often in this one. Orioles got the bats going somewhat to make it a little more interesting, but in the end, the Angels just too much. Hope you can join us tomorrow. Game 2 of this 3-game series with the Angels. Brandon Hyde hadn't announced a pitcher, but he will probably after this game. Shohei Ohtani will be on the mound for the Angels. We saw him at the plate tonight. He'll be at the plate and the mound tomorrow. Coverage on Masson begins at 6:30 with O's Extra, presented by FanDuel Sportsbook, followed by game coverage at 7 o'clock. Final score from Camden Yards tonight: the Angels over the Orioles in the series opener. The Angels 14, the Orioles 8. For Ben McDonald, this is Scott Garceau. O's Extra, presented by PNC Bank with Brett Hollander. That is coming up next. Have a good night, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow.